hide behind their badges, they hide behind their white privilege, and they use the excuse that they fear for their lives to murder our young people in cold blood.
It's done.
Eggs, my brother.
No. Don't think about it.
All you self-righteous assholes do is march and destroy your own communities. Killing me won't change a goddamn thing.
It's a lot different when it's a grown black man standing his ground.
What?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
You're watching America This Morning, America's #1 early.
Time after time after time, we are watching murderers go free. They hide behind their badges, they hide behind their white privilege, and they use the excuse that they fear for their lives to murder our young people in cold blood.
It's done.
Eggs, my brother.
No. Don't think about it.
All you self-righteous assholes do is march and destroy your own communities. Killing me won't change a goddamn thing.
It's a lot different when it's a grown black man standing his ground.
What?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
You're watching America This Morning, America's #1 early.
Time after time after time, we are watching murderers go free. They hide behind their badges, they hide behind their white privilege, and they use the excuse that they fear for their lives to murder our young people in cold blood.
It's done.
Eggs, my brother.
No. Don't think about it.
All you self-righteous assholes do is march and destroy your own communities. Killing me won't change a goddamn thing.
It's a lot different when it's a grown black man standing his ground.
Barbershop conversations, man. I forgot to get some new headphones, man. I forgot to get them, man. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Happy New Year's. Happy Sunday. Happy second week of the year. Happy, man. I totally appreciate you, Keno, Yova, Adolfo, Boxer, Sparn. And before we lose track of everything, man, I want to say, congratulations to Tank for being a businessman. You know what I mean? He sold out another crowd. I mean, at the end of the day, he's a great businessman. He's a great, I'm not saying great businessman, but he's a great draw. He was good to his city last night because I know we about to go left, we about to go right, we about to go up. And I don't want that to be remiss because there's going to be criticism on both sides. And Fred's headphones is falling apart. Oh, man. So, people. Anyways, man. Yeah, I want to say congratulations to him. Way to bring the people out. Tank is a star. He's not a superstar yet. I think Ryan Garcia crosses him over to that. Yeah. So again, I'll say congratulations to Tank. Great job in terms of being a draw and building your brand. Hopefully everyone had a great. If you watched the game, if you watched football last night, or if you watched the fight, or if you watched the NBA, with so much sports on last night, man. And yeah, man, I'll give my perspective on. I'll go up the card and then we'll get into everything else. I thought Demetrius Andrade. Yeah. I didn't care too much. He come out like a gang buster and he doesn't know how to close. He is who he is. He's a tough fight. He's a tough fight for anybody. I get that. He's a competitor against anybody. I don't know if he can win. He's not the same fighter after round 4. You know, he goes into like this tactical cruise control that I don't so what else? Speedy Ellis. Well, I thought he won the fight. I thought he won the first 7 out of 8 rounds, 8 out of 9 rounds. And he got knocked down twice, ran out of gas. Too bad for him. I don't know if he would have fought Jerome Ennis next. We'll never know now, right? But I thought that he was really good for 8 rounds. Really, really good. Very impressed with him. But that pressure catches up with you, man. You got to be in extreme shape to use the entire ring and lead with your jab. It's very, very challenging. And he did it for 10 rounds. And you could see the fatigue in the 11th round. And then in the 12th round, he got caught. So I don't know what I had it as a score, but I had him winning by 1 or 2 points. It felt like he was dominating. And yeah, so that fight, Jerome Ennis. I'm gonna start with Rashidi Ellis needs a new trainer. Hey, the Ellis boys don't have no luck on PBC. No luck, man. No luck, man. I'm going off of what everybody's telling me he is. What's up, Boxell? Thank you, dog. Everyone told me Jerome Ennis was this guy. And I say you can never prove if you're great until you get a fighter that is competitive. No, he's the best thing since sliced bread. He's this. He's the boogeyman. And I'm watching all the interviews fight week, and Mr. Ennis is saying he's the boogeyman. Everybody's afraid to fight him. We're going to go after Jesus. We're going to go after the Holy Ghost. We're going to go after Satan. And then we going after Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. So I'm like, damn. He must be the truth, you know? And that's what I expected. I expected it to be a short night for that kid, and it ended up going 10 or 12 rounds. And he won every round. I was not impressed with his footwork. I was not impressed with his intellect. I thought he was piss poor at cutting the ring off. And he shouldn't have a problem cutting the ring off because he fights from both sides. And he was just winging punches with Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence would make him pay. He wings a shot like that against Errol Spence. He ain't gonna let you catch yourself. They're gonna bang you, you know. And I do believe he's next, though. I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't think he's gonna be a world champion at 47, but imagine that Errol Spence pressure. Man, come on, man. Come on, man. He's gonna be a world champion. And people say it's just one night. They only fight once a year. They only fight once a year. So when you fight once a year, everything is hanging on that one time you fight. It ain't like they coming back in 3 months. If we say, oh, he's coming back in 3 months, he's gonna fight fighter C. Nah, he ain't fighting for another 9 months. So now we have to take it at what it is. And this is his annual report. His annual report say he needs a lot of work. I didn't like how he had poor jab placement. No traps. I thought his traps were not there. But I really thought, man, yeah. And then, yeah, thank you, Boxer Sparring. Appreciate you. I'm going to say this. An athletic black fighter can never say a fighter is running from him. 2, a fighter who says he can beat Jesus Christ cannot say another fighter is running. A fighter who says, I am the best welterweight, everyone's afraid of me, you can't use that as an excuse. That's your corner's fault. That's your lack of preparation. I'm giving him the same energy I gave Robert Garcia. Every time Robert Garcia lose to a black fighter, he ran like a chicken. And then all the Latinos come online and they jump in your comment section. He's a runner. He's a track star, you know? And you know, no, man, we gonna keep it a buck. Y'all told me Jerome Ennis was where Kyle at? Kyle told me Jerome Ennis was this guy. He is that guy. But you gotta, you know, they said the same thing about Mark Breland. You know, you gotta get there, man. When Leon Spinks beat Muhammad Ali in the 7th, 8th fight, oh, they thought he was gonna be the best fighter in the history of the sport. So I read, you know, and he plateaued a little bit. So that's what I'm saying, man. It's so important that we just let these guys. What's up, Unique Don? It just makes sense, man. I'm a fan of Boots. But if you tell me the man is Superman, he can never be Clark Kent. I don't go to, like, Lincoln and the family went to go see Avatar. How about if Spider-Man came on the scene? No, I don't want to watch Spider-Man. I want to watch Avatar. I wanted to watch this big, high or mighty Jerome Ennis go to work. He needs time. And just as I told you guys, when they go up, Jerome Ennis will be fighting for a vacant belt. You know what I mean? So I said all that to say that's where we're at. And I know it's going to be a big conversation tonight as it pertains to that. Tank Davis fight. Where do I start? I thought Tank Davis looked average. I give him a C+. He sold the venue out. Was amazing. I didn't get a chance to see the ring entrance and stuff. I was at a party, so I didn't get a chance to see all of that stuff. So I assume it was good because that's what it was. Um, um, I thought Tank gave up too many rounds, and I know the judges gave. I know the judges gave the rounds to Tank. I thought those first 3 rounds could have gone to the young man Garcia. I genuinely could have thought that. Um, yeah. So, um, what else? I thought the stoppage in the fight made a difference in the momentum. I thought that Garcia was gaining momentum. I don't believe he would have won the fight. I think he probably still would have gotten stopped, but it would have gave Tank Davis team like a little bit more anxious. Matter of fact, a lot more anxious. You know what I'm saying? And so that fight. And then the knockout was what it was. Garcia didn't quit. He thought he lost the fight already. You know what I mean? Tank did what he did, man, but Tank is more talented than he shows. But I think it stems from training. I don't think they do well. I don't think they're bringing everything out of Tank. I think Tank is leaving a whole bunch of talent on the dinner table. Let me get to the corner and then we'll talk about outside the ring. I thought the I thought the corner was, I mean, an F. The fact that when Tank asked, "Is anybody here? Who's this person? Are they here?" And then Calvin says, "I don't see him yet. I can't find him." I'm like, huh? You got a guy who's literally trying to change your life in a negative way. And I thought it was no tactical stuff. How you feel? Tank is literally ignoring his whole entire corner. I told you guys a year ago, when you let Floyd Mayweather break your corner, you let another man in your corner, it's gonna be what it's gonna be, you know. And I don't think Calvin Ford has the he doesn't have the ability to put his foot down. I think he's more of a cheerleader. He's more of a positive guy around Tank. I don't think he can discipline Tank at this point. Oh, he asked, "Where's Leonard?" Who cares about Leonard? Who cares at this point? Leonard, where you at? Leonard was there. He was there. Leonard Ellerby was there. He had Jaleel Hackett on the card. And but that's what it was, man. I think that it was no instruction. Like, Tank jab was non-existent. He didn't make any adjustments. He didn't feint, pull anything out of him. He had a high guard, and thank God, for Tank's fans, thank God made him different. He has more power. He's a better fighter. He's more twitchier. He got the punches there first, you know, and that was the difference in the fight. And he was a 130 pounder, so he can't have he can't take the pounding of a 135 guy. And what happened outside the ring, I just think it's just deplorable. I don't care what side of the fence you're on. The fact that people can't cheer for who they want to cheer for is disgusting. It's just disgusting. And that's the problem we have on YouTube now. That's the problem we have on YouTube now. You can't support Spence. You can't support Crawford. Oh, you you this, you that. Nah, they not giving us what we need. Crawford and Spence and Al ain't giving us the fight. Y'all dumb enough to say they choosing sides. No, hold them accountable to give us the fight. No, it's their fault. Keep the pressure on Al Heyman and let these fighters know this is the fight we want. But anyhow, as I digress, here's what I heard. Meek Mill was behind him talking trash, and Gary obviously is not rooting for Tank. Period. He has every fan that pays their money or goes to a sporting event has the right to root against the home team. Has every right. Now, from the video that I saw, and you guys have seen it already, I'm not going to pull it up. It's no need to go back and forth on that. And when how you say it? I'm sorry. Is this Detroit Green Bay game for a playoff spot, or is it for or for what? You can hate all you want at it. You don't understand. You have the right to hate. You have the right to hate. You do. You pay for the ticket. You have the right to hate on the fighter or the sporting event. I'm a Kobe fan. I have the right to hate on LeBron if I pay for a ticket and Cleveland is in town. I have a right. I don't understand. He's hating. No, he don't like him. He believes he's been ducking and dodging him for a fight. He can say whatever the fuck he wants to about Tank Davis. He has that right. We know he got the tickets free, but he's a fan. He can say what the fuck he wants to. Whatever he wants to. He can say Tank ain't shit. Tank ain't got no jab. Tank is too short. Tank is too slow. As a fan, you have that right. From Steven Espinosa's vantage point, Meek Mills told him that he couldn't say what he I'm watching this. I apologize. He couldn't say what he said. And because I'm smart, I have an idea of what Gary Russell and his brother was saying. He ain't shit. I'll whoop his ass. He's saying the same thing. He's saying the same thing he said online that he said at the thing. It ain't no secret. Damn. That's a 15-yarder. He has the right. I don't care what nobody say. They can say what Meek Mill has the right to say what he wants to say. He bought the ticket. He has the right to root for Tank. But you can't turn it into a violent altercation. So I say this. I'm glad it didn't get to an what? You gotta be stupid. This motherfucker done pushed the this stupid motherfucker done pushed the he done pushed the health team that comes out and checks on the players. So I say this. Everyone shares the blame. Everyone shares the blame. But according to Steven Espinosa, Meek Mill was the aggressor in terms of wanting to fight. That's it. Oh, it's gone now. So I only got one now. Ha ha ha. So I'll leave it here. So I don't understand, like, why would you do that? And just based on my common sense, yeah, I'm glad he got ejected. And but yeah. And then another thing I want to show you guys too. Let me pull this up. Matter of fact, I'll take you there, baby. I fell in love. I thought this was deplorable too. Let me pull this up. Matter of fact, I'll take you there. Check this out in Baltimore.
Hey, Shaq. Oh. Hey, spank niggas. Hey, spank niggas. Hey, spank niggas. Look at this shit. Hey. Spank his ass.
Alright, okay.
Hey. Spank down. God damn. Shit. Hey, spank all these niggas. Damn, spank them. Shit. Damn, spank them. God damn. Damn, oh. Damn, spank. Oh, somebody got what their ass. Shush. They went down and spanked niggas, son. Hey, Shaq. Oh. Hey, spank niggas.
So that's outside the Tank Davis fight. I get. So what happens is the fight was in DC. What are y'all talking about? The fight was in DC, right? Anyways, who cares? Who cares? It was outside the Tank Davis fight. And the fact that I mean, it's people hard-earned money, man, to support Tank, and they go to their car and they see their shit gone. And now you got a husband and a wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, 3 girls, 3 dudes going to a fight as friends, a father and a son, daughter, whatever. Now they having second thoughts about going to a fight. You know, and it's systemic. This is in every city. And I'm gonna be the first to say it. If Ryan and Tank Davis fight happens, you better keep your mouth shut. That's all I'm gonna say. Enjoy the fight, keep your mouth shut, and have a great time. Because when you come to California, when you come to Vegas, Vegas is an extension. Vegas is an extension of Los Angeles. And y'all can come from Baltimore, DC, Virginia, and do that tough shit if you want to. Go right ahead. I'm just going to tell you to enjoy your night. Enjoy your night. Root for them. Don't be disrespectful. Oh, it's going to be 5 to 10 fights that weekend. Oh, 100%. 100% there's going to be 5 to 10 fights in that arena. I don't doubt it one bit. In the foyer area, in the casino, it's going to be one of them fights. And at the weigh-ins, guaranteed. It's that type of crowd. It's that type of fight. Ryan Garcia is young. Tank Davis is young. So guess what they bring in? Young people with high vitalities, high testosterone, not a lot of money. So they're not going to Vegas to go to 2 shows and to a fight and spend $500 on dinner. They're going to drive their ass and sit in that motherfucker hour and 30-minute line at In-N-Out, or they gonna go the other way and go to McDonald's, or they gonna go down Tropicana and go to Wendy's or wherever, and that's what they gonna eat. They ain't got $20,000 to blow and just have a good time. They gonna go get them cheap seats and have a great time. And I'm telling you, all my Negroes, have a great time, be respectful, and don't be super Negro that weekend. It ain't gonna work out for you. All right, it ain't gonna work. I have 10 years of experience with Black and Mexican fights. 10 years of experience. And who cares who the promoter is? I'm not gonna say this is an Al Heyman problem. This is how boxing makes its money. Boxing makes its money by putting blacks versus Latinos, Mexico versus Puerto Rico, New York versus LA. Y'all know the whole shebang, man. It is what it is. And April 15th, that night, I'll be watching it on pay-per-view. I'm not going to that fight, but have a great time. All right. And be respectful that night, because it's gonna be a war. And there's nothing that's gonna stop it. It's nothing that's gonna stop it. Somebody's gonna get beat up. Somebody's gonna, I mean, it just is what it is. It's just one of them fights. And if you sit, and I would wait for the crowd to clear out, you know, because now I go as a fan. I don't go as media. The next time I go to a fight, I'll be going as a fan, and I'm gonna respect that fan base enough to keep my fucking mouth shut. Oh, this does have playoff implications. Oh, if the Lions win, Seattle's in. If Green Bay is in, oh, okay, I got it now. Okay, so that's what it is. And so they hitting out there too. So feel free to beam in. That's where we're at with that. And there was another thing I wanted to talk about, but I don't know if we want to talk about it. Maybe we talk about it tomorrow. But just another thing I want to add too is that okay, got it. Tank Davis from Memorial Day until April 15th would have had 3 fights in 11 months, right? April, May, right? Here, Tavion. Go ahead, Tavion.
What's up, OG? Yeah,
Hey, how you
man. No, I'm watching this Green Bay game with you with the Lions. I'm from Seattle, so we need Green Bay to lose. But like I said though, when it came to the fight though, like I mean, like with that shit though, didn't that happen last time at the Barclays? Remember you was talking about that? Like it was the same scenario with the in the crowd when Tank was fighting the last fight at the Barclays. They start fighting in the crowds, and then
it was,
and then they was shooting outside the arena and shit like that. That's what happened.
It was shooting in the arena.
yeah. But it's just like a rap show, like we always talk about. You always got to remember that crowd is, you know what I'm saying? That's the energy that comes with it. It's not his fault necessarily, but that's just what comes with it. So in Vegas, they can kind of tame it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But when you go to LA and Barclays and all that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? And LA and all that shit, it's dangerous though, you know what I'm saying? So, but I liked how Gilly and them guys, I liked how Wallow tried to defuse that situation with Gary Russell and them guys. They was talking crazy though with Meek Mill and them guys though. So
I don't know
but why go to the fight though if you got that energy? Like you don't even like to do. It's just like why you go to the fight if you don't. You don't rock with them. Don't go to the fight. You're not getting no fight. You guys both got beat up last year, bro. Like, and then you're coming with the negative energy, and then when somebody check you on it, you want to get up. Like, I get it, but it's like, okay, you was talking shit, and then you get up like you're about to do something. That's what caused the commotion. But why go? And that's some hater shit, bro. It's like, okay, he's fighting in your backyard. He sold out. You can't sell that arena out. Now you're mad. Now you want to talk shit the whole time, and then when somebody challenges you about it, now it's an escalation. You know what I'm saying? You was kind of going at Meek about it, but it goes both ways, bro. If I'm a fighter and I don't like a motherfucker and I'm mad at him, he come in, I'm just not gonna go to the fight. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel about it. Like when it comes to them guys, it's like
choose either side because we don't know what was said. So I
I'm just saying from a standpoint as a whole, if I'm coming with that energy, like if I don't like the Tank or just like with the Devin, I'm talking crazy. Like, bro, you had an opportunity to fight these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Multiple times or whatever. Like you coming with that energy, bro. You're bringing that energy into the arena. And then when, you know what I mean? You're coming with that intention on some bullshit though. So then bullshit finds you though. That's how I look at it. Like,
yeah, I mean, you have every right to say, like, that's the whole thing. As a fan, you have every right to say what you want in that seat.
You do. It's just like being at the football games, though. It's like, you know, motherfuckers be fighting and arguing at the football games, but you have a right to say fuck that, though. You do have a right to pay for your ticket.
Do you go to the Duke game and say you can't root against North Carolina?
No, hell no. I'm just say fuck Mike Krzyzewski. I got some money on it, and Mike Krzyzewski give me mad. I'm like, man, fuck this. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, assuming he paid that $1,000, he's sitting in $1,000.
Yeah, nah, them tickets was them shits was $8,500 a wop down there on the third row. I was looking at them.
I mean, shit. I mean, he has every right to say what he wants to say.
Yeah.
And when you got testosterone, you got Gary Russell.
He said he shouldn't have reacted though. He said it was his fault. He apologized for it. He said he had too much. He had a couple of shots. He said he shouldn't even have paid no attention.
Why are you coming at me? Because I know what happened. Because I heard the Stephen Espinoza interview. He said
it though. He apologized for it. He did. He apologized for it.
Challenged him. Meek Mill challenged him, and he did like a whistle or a whap whap. And next thing you know,
would have got his ass beat. Though I like him too.
But at the end of the day, man, the fact that it stopped the fight.
Yeah. That was crazy.
There's your interception. You got it now.
Oh, it's over. Seattle, the playoffs, baby.
They got 3 timeouts, so they got to stop him.
But Rodgers is a flunk.
Yeah,
bro. He's a lose. He always lose. Just like when he was in Seattle, I was at the game when they played Seattle. We kicked the onside kick and beat him to go to the championship game. Like he does this shit all the time. And then what's so crazy? They was playing conservative the whole first half, like running the ball, trying to run the clock out, and they got burned for the shit. Now they're trying to play catch up and they're out of rhythm.
Yeah. All right, let me bring in L. Go ahead, L. You're muted.
I said I'm gonna piggyback off what he was saying at first, man. I don't know what was being said or what happened with the Meek Mill and the thing, man. But I'm gonna tell you this though, man. I like the Russells a lot, man. I respect the Russells. I respect Gary Russell. He's probably the best boxing mind out of all the brothers that they got. He really a wizard when it comes to boxing. I respect a lot, but the dude he carried like a short man complex. Yeah, he carry a type of energy that will manifest into what was about to occur.
Exactly.
Because the dude is always talking negative about people. He always like wanting smoke. He always saying he can whoop somebody's ass. Like, man, you a fighter, man. You an accomplished fighter at that. You really a nice guy, man, because all fighters are. You only talking like that because you trying to get a paycheck, man. And that's cool. But keep it business, though. Because now you crossing over into other areas to where you getting into it with dudes that got street dudes running with them. Come on, man. Like, you gotta
people do in the streets with them type of dudes. They violate them type of dudes in the street.
Yeah, like you're not about to get no head up fight from Meek Mill crew, man. Them niggas about to kill you. Like, he know that though. Like, Gary Russell always carrying that energy like that, man. He gotta stop that, man. Somebody gotta tell him to stop that shit. Like, yeah, your boxing career didn't go the way it should have been, but a lot of that shit is on you though. And that's just a fact, homie. And like I said, I like Gary Russell, but I'm gonna be honest with you, he's probably the best fighting mind out of all of his brothers, and he's probably got the most skill. But his brother that's fighting at 140 probably gonna do the best out of all of them.
Man, one just got mopped up though. The one just got mopped up like watching the fight though.
But the one that's gonna go the furthest though is the one that's at 140 because he got the style that sell fights. I keep telling niggas, if you want to make money in this game today, you gotta have a style that fill up seats. And I don't understand. I woke up this morning and all day long, all I kept getting was everybody's talking about Tank Davis, like negatively though. What did Tank Davis do so bad that warrants all this unnecessary. I don't know. I guess it's gossip, or to me it's hate, man, because it's unnecessary. It's not for no progress or no real advice. Like, what did Tank do for looking? Like, what? How was he wrong for looking into the crowd?
Man, I don't get it, bro. He sold out 22,000, knocked the dude out in the 9th round. You know what I'm saying? The dude said he was blind, he couldn't see. It's like, I get we micromanaging, but it's like, bro, let's give him his flowers, his accomplishments and shit. They still stopped the dude though that beat up like a couple. You know what I'm saying? Like, he beat up the dude he fight wasn't no slouch though. You know, he stopped and sold out 22,000. Devin Haney can't even sell out in his hometown. Like, but I mean, like, what are you guys even talking about? Like, I don't even understand
what did Tank do that was wrong though? What did this corner do that was wrong? I'm trying to. Maybe I missed something, or maybe I ain't in the loop. But what did they do that was so bad though?
Well, they were for 2 or 3 rounds. Maybe it was 2. They were trying to locate somebody in the crowd.
Yeah, who knows? They probably tried to see if somebody was, was
relevant.
Okay, well they probably talked to Leonard Ellerby. They probably want to know, hey, did he make it? Or we don't know what the case was. You know, we can't speak on that. We don't know what that case was, but it mentioned it like that's not a problem. Like, they was they had everything under control. They wasn't worried. It wasn't no dysfunction in the corner. Like, and I think when Tank actually stopped fighting to see what's going on in the crowd, I salute Tank for that. I applaud him for that.
He justified it at the post-game interview. He said why he did it at the post-game interview.
I heard that. And when I seen it, I was glad he did it, because think about this. If you in a building like that, a confined area, right? And I made mention of this on your post, Fred, that you made. I don't know if you saw it or not. If you're in a confined area and some pop off, it's your responsibility to see what the fuck going on. Because at this point, I don't know if niggas about to start shooting. I don't know if niggas gonna start rushing into the ring. So fuck this fight right now. I got something serious on my, like, this is a matter of everybody concerned. So Tank did the right thing, you know? So I don't know why people was like bashing him for worrying about what was going on in the crowd, you know? People say, oh yeah, the security's supposed to do that, and evidently the security didn't do enough to prevent it or to get or have a control over it, because the shit was about to start bleeding over into something bad, you know? So,
and there ain't enough security in that building to stop all if that shit goes
at all. That's why I don't go to. That's why I don't go to. I don't like big crowds like that. Like, only place I go to with a large crowd is like a racetrack, you know, for horses. Like, that's the only place I kind of feel safe at. And I still kind of duck off somewhere where it ain't that many people, just because I don't feel comfortable around a lot of people. Like, because when shit pop off, panic gonna set in. People gonna get hurt just from the panic.
Like, and somebody, you know, people have sticks in there. I've been in the marinas, like with the
come on, bro.
Security,
that's a fact.
Sticks in that joint for sure, bro.
That's a fact.
For sure. For sure.
Let me bring in Combo, and then Drew and Mr. Henderson. I got y'all coming on. Go ahead, Combo. What's up, man?
I just wanted to, you know, say what y'all was saying about the Gary Russell situation. Because he don't talk a lot of people don't know his personality. But that's just how he is. He wasn't, you know, doing some things now because he's trying to get some fights and stuff like that. That's just how that man is. And that's why he typically stays to himself. That's it. And he wasn't doing nothing but critiquing from the eyes of another fighter.
Man, he's a hater, dog.
That's not hating. If you
no, he been doing that. He was hating. He was talking crazy, bro. The shit he say about Devin Haney and all that stuff, like he be.
But is it not consistent? Because
he just got beat up a couple months ago. I don't care about his arm or nothing.
Man.
Nah, because because
when he spills out
in the energy that he spills out.
You may not like the way the energy is received, but that's just how he is. That's the way that that's like.
He can bring the energy. He get beat up. He got beat up too. No, but he got beat up too, though. So he and Tank came into DC and sold it out. Gary Russell can't even sell out 7,000 in DC. So he's a hater, bro. That's hater. That's what happened in Seattle. There's a lot of niggas like him in Seattle. There's a lot of niggas like him in Seattle. They don't make it. You don't make it in life being like that, bro. That's hater shit, bro.
Yeah, Gary Russell, I like the brother.
He's a hater,
but he got that hater energy in him.
So if it was LeBron talking about KD, would that be hating?
LeBron is
sell out.
accomplished, so it's like he ain't.
They don't hate on each
Gary's
other.
not
They give each
accomplished.
other their accolades. He every time he talks.
Yeah, but Gary, I'm gonna tell you like this. Gary knows that his career hasn't went the way in which it was projected to go by him or many others. And
So
now
what
that
they got to do with him critiquing him though?
now,
He critiques
no, I'm not.
everybody the
It's
same
nothing
way,
wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with him critiquing him, but it's the like I'm critiquing Gary Russell right now, but I'm not hating on the brother though. Like I'm not saying the nigga's a fuck nigga, he's a bitch nigga. I'm critiquing what I see in him a lot, and I know where it's coming from. Like it's a place of when you give it constructive criticism, you give off a certain energy and a certain vibe and a certain message. Like it's not for the purpose of critique, it's the purpose of trying to tear him down for a reason of like hate and envy. Like that's where it's coming from. Like we all like you. So that's like if somebody was critiquing you, and you would know if it's coming from a place of love and care and concern, or if a nigga just trying to get at you because he don't like you for another reason.
It's like
so
this
what
with
was
like
what
Tank,
did he
with
say?
like
Hold
Tank,
on.
with Tank.
Let me ask a question. Let me ask a question. What did he say that was tearing him down?
Cause he up there talking about, you could just see unnecessary shit he was saying in his live. Like
soft, he's a weak ass nigga and whoopty whoop. He been saying that shit for months. He said the same thing about Devin Haney. When Tank and Devin Haney was going at it, did you ever in your life ever hear nigga Tank saying, "Oh, Devin Haney's a bitch ass nigga," or he's a sucker, nothing. He kept it boxing. He's like, bro, them dudes don't want to see me type shit. Gary Russell got that energy. All them dudes are suckers and they soft, whoopty whoopty whoop.
Yeah.
Like he's coming from a hater's perspective. He's not even keeping
watching
it boxing
his live.
though.
Watching his live, man, I didn't hear nothing about hate. I
No, I'm talking, bro. You got to go back. This been brewing for months though. If you just watch what he been saying like prior, you know what I'm saying? And you know he lost his pops and all that. But like even before that, when Fred was vouching for him and Devin Haney to make that fight, when Fred was like, man, I'll put some money up for the fight to ever happen. Oh, they said my contractor $1 million, that ain't enough. Whoopty whoopty whoop. Well, nigga, you ain't fought in a year and a half, nigga. You ain't even got no fight. In the last fight you got, you couldn't even draw 7,000 people and you got beat up. But then you want to come into the fight where the nigga sold out 22,000 and you want to come in hating. That's a hater energy, bro. That's just what that is, bro.
I think I'll just say this. I think misreading the energy.
Nah, he do this too often though. It's something with everybody that's in that division. He just haven't got the shine that he feel like he deserved, and I agree on some levels.
I can go with that. But I'm saying listening to go ahead.
Like I could never hate on somebody that's doing. It's a lot of cats, man. I had big dreams in the boxing game, but it's a lot of cats. Man, it's a lot of cats that praised me when I was fighting. That's doing way better than me now. Like I don't even fight them. They just went further than me. I'm happy as hell for them dudes, man. I'm proud of them dudes. I could never say nothing bad about them dudes, even if them dudes said anything bad about me. Like I just genuinely, when you genuinely care, bro, and you ain't got that hater in you, you gonna be happy to see somebody make it. Like I always tell cats, man, I don't give a fuck if my dick in the dirt, nigga. I'm dead broke. I ain't got nothing. I'm homeless. If you up, I'm happy for you, bro. It's the human inclination of just that sinful inclination of just hate and envy, just being people so hard. It's like they cannot like enjoy seeing a person successful, man. It's fucking sickening, bro. It is what it is. Like you can try to slice it how you want to slice it, man, but it's too much envy and hate going on, man. Like for nothing though. Like nigga, if you feel like you really that man, nigga, go do what you gotta do to go get it, nigga. Like don't hate on another nigga because he getting it. It's too many niggas do that, and it's stupid, man. It's sickening. I don't like
speaking on purely this situation in this part, this incident. You know, even looking at his live, you hear him, you know, screaming out and trying to help from the corner or trying to help from the stands. A hater ain't gonna do that. A hater gonna sit there and be like, "Yeah, man, I hope he don't do that. I hope he don't catch him this way. I hope he don't see this coming." Like he was saying, like, "Yo, you know what I'm saying? This, he need to do this. He need to do that. Why they not focused? Why he not focused? There ain't nothing wrong with saying that. That's good. That's saying, hey, I see you as great, and because I see you as great, I expect greatness from you. And if I'm gonna expect greatness from you, and you are as good as you say you are, then these mistakes that you make, it shouldn't happen.
Yeah, but
that's accountability.
It's like when cats say, "Oh man, he just got hit with that. He shouldn't have got hit with that." Like,
and that sucker thing. That's just a DC slang. I think y'all taking that way out of pocket. Like,
man,
like,
I
man,
know how
saying?
DC niggas is, man. I got family from DC. I know how them
But
niggas
I'm
is. It's
from
the same.
DC, and I'm telling you, it sucked. Like if he said use a bitch, use a hoe. See, that's the things we like. That's the things we do get alerted on. But like a sucker, like man, yeah, cause you a sucker. Hey Mo, you a sucker. Go ahead, Joe, you a sucker. You know what I'm saying? It's the use a bitch. That's when it's like, okay, hold on. That's a whole other thing of height.
I don't know. Like I said, I like Gary Russell, man, but he know what he doing, man. Like I got my take on it, man, and you know, he might, like I said, a lot of times the niggas be in their own way, man. He probably don't realize he doing it because that's just his persona. Like he got a certain persona that I respect. Like he got that tough guy. That's cool, but you can't be that 24/7 though, homie. Like when you overboard with it, it become an act now. Like ain't nobody that tough. Like.
But that's him. But that's who he
is.
And that's why I keep coming in where he said he got
portraying.
beat up. That's why I keep saying he got beat up a couple months ago, which, you know, I'm not happy he got beat up. I wish he wanted to win, but he talked that shit where it's like, nigga, you just got smacked up a couple months ago. Why don't you keep that same energy with the dude that beat you up? Like you just got beat up, but you keep talking. That's why, you know what I mean? Because he bring that energy. So then you're coming with that energy like, nigga, you just got smacked up a couple, you know what I'm saying? You just got beat up a couple months ago. Like, that's why I be coming off like that. Then his brother got beat up too. So you're not even a good coach. Nigga, you ain't Tony Harrison. Like, you're not even a good coach, nigga. Because that's the energy he's giving out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what he give to other niggas. So that's why I come off on him like that.
Hang in there, Mr. Henderson. I got you coming in next. I got you, Max. Go ahead, Drew. Man,
that Bama Gary Russell's got a forgettable career. He been a hater. He remember when he brought up Terrence Crawford for nothing, for no reason?
Yeah, he said he beat him up in the amateurs, knocked him out.
And then Crawford's like, "What's up, then?" And then he got quiet. He said $1 million was beneath him when he didn't have a fight. He talked all that shit, and Lomachenko schooled him. Like, bro, like, come on. Like, come on, like, Gary's just one of them guys' careers. Like, you can mention the history of his weight classes, and you will never have to mention him. That's his fault. Ain't nobody else's. Fred, how do you say $1 million is beneath you when you never even made that in a couple years as a fighter?
Well, when he was out, I mean, I was pushing for the fight, and he said that's less than what he makes. And I have no proof of what he makes, but But
Fred, you have proof of how those guys get. Fred, you got proof of how those guys at PBC get paid.
He ain't fought in 2 years. He ain't fought in 2 years, so he ain't making.
And that's why I was pushing for the fight. That's why I was like, make the fight. I wasn't. I was an advocate of making the fight, and I would put the blame on Gary, and I would put the blame on Devin. You know, I don't know who's worse in that situation. You know, because
Devin's a bigger draw than Gary Russell.
Yeah, and I'm not putting that on Devin because Devin been handling business, man. Yeah. Devin showing that he ain't running
Gary
from
Russell
nothing.
Can't sell out 7,000 people, bro. He's not a draw like any promoter. That's why he can't get no fights. Like you can't get no $1 million. You can't. Come on,
that's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about the fight itself. You guys are adding variables like who's the better brother, who's this. I think if you stay on topic, blame both of them. The fight didn't happen. Blame them both. They have
both didn't happen. If I were gonna assess blame those Gary, because Devin has proved that he's willing to open up his passport to take a tough fight. And even remember when that negotiation was going on, was going to be Loma before the war. He's like, "Give me the same deal Loma was getting." And Devin took the same deal that Loma took. And exactly.
But as it pertains,
he can't make $1 million. Nobody's gonna pay him that, bro. So like that's his fault. Like he's not a draw. You can't pay him $1 million for shit. So like he's trying to say that he didn't really want to fight, dude. You said 500,000 or something. Okay, that makes sense. He said out of his own mouth $1 million. He wanted $1 million. So I'm not gonna blame Devin Haney for that when they tried to make the fight happen. He wanted $1 million. He said it out of his mouth. The fuck, like I'm not paying that dude no $1 million and lose out. Like that don't even make financial sense.
And it go back to what
Devin Haney for that.
It go back to what you mentioned a long time ago though, Fred, is that a lot of these niggas got overpaid. When the money was in, they got overpaid. And Al overpaid these niggas. Now they feel like that's what they were. So now we seeing who the breadwinners on PVC are because these niggas are the ones that's getting the fight. So that's why Al ain't fucking with you, because you can't bring in what he need right now. He overpaid you, nigga. Why you ain't happy? You wasn't gonna make that nowhere else. He overpaid you. He overpaid a lot of niggas. Niggas should be happy with that. Like, really, come on, man. You ain't getting that nowhere else.
And now that like you just said, Al, you said about 5 minutes ago, like, you could be mad at your own situation, but you could tell when someone's hating, when they're not congratulatory, when your success has nothing to do with them.
Exactly.
You know, you could just like, I tip my hat to you. You on your shit. I respect that. That is, there's no hating energy when you do that.
Exactly.
Let me bring in Mr. Henderson. I'll talk after everybody comes in. And I got you coming in, Max. Oh, let me bring Combo back in. But go ahead, Mr. Henderson.
Yeah, so as far as the Gary Russell thing, I think it's like, I don't know. I have heard Gary talking crazy. It kind of makes me feel like there might be something personal there, right? Because they from
the same area.
They're from the same
personal.
Area. There might be something personal there. But as far as L, I don't know what you were referring to, but about what the issue is. Maybe the issue was, it was happening in the middle of a fight. You know what I'm saying? Like he concerned with whatever's happening outside the ring, but as a fighter, maybe his only concern should be inside the ring. Maybe that's where they were coming from.
I don't see how Cats can even make that a point, like, because like if you I'm gonna say it again. I don't care what I'm doing, where I'm at. If a fight break out, and I don't give a fuck what I'm doing, I gotta give my attention to that fight. Like, Tank knows niggas in the building. Come on, man, we in DC. Like, I know the niggas that's in this building. I know the vibe that's in this building. I'm giving my full attention to what's going on, because I don't know if niggas about to run up in the ring. I don't know if niggas gonna start shooting. Like, you give your attention to that. Like, I don't give a fuck what happened, man. Life has shown me too many times, and I'm quite sure it's shown all y'all too many times. Nigga, when something pop off, you better give your attention to it, or you might catch one in your head, homie. Like,
but the ref stopped it though. But it's different if the fight was going on and it was like, okay, well, the ref didn't stop it and Tank looked over. The ref had halted.
The ref even knew it was time to stop it.
So like, what are we talking about?
No, it was a moment between the time the ref stopped and they both fighters stopped and really like.
Yeah, because they like, nigga, this shit getting serious.
It's never a time with DC and Baltimore where we get in the same room and nothing don't happen. Like I say all the time, we could have a football game. It could be a football game, and it's going to be DC. If it's a DC versus Baltimore football game, it's going to something.
But that wasn't even no Baltimore DC shit. That was
I know that was surprise. That was surprising. I know, but
that's what I'm saying. That's why he's a hater. So we got to keep the same energy for that nigga like we keep for Meek Mill. That nigga's a hater.
Saying,
so you just
can you let me finish my statement? Let me finish my statement. I'm saying that in response to Tank doing the right thing, knowing that, okay, this is the situation awareness. This is what's going on. This is what's in this environment. This is what may happen. Let me just step away. Plus, he really didn't take that fighter in front of him serious. He didn't take that guy. He didn't take that guy serious.
He knew he had it. He knew he had it.
It was a bigger threat outside the ring.
Take the dude serious?
Nah.
Bro, it was an even fight. They was going at it. I mean, he took him serious.
He didn't take that man serious, man.
Yeah,
he didn't take Rolly serious either.
Let me bring Max in. Go ahead, Max.
Man, oh my God, I had to listen to this bullshit, man.
Oh, he finna say,
first of all, hey, Combo, I know you from DC.
He might say nigga.
I know you from DC, but stop putting your cape on for your boy, bro. Gary Russell's a fucking hater on everything that's not a Russell. Period. The only people he gets compliments to is his brothers and everyone else in boxing, which I don't mind. Like, they a clan, they a clique, they family. So he don't never give credit to no fighter. He might, but it's all comes backhanded. You know what I'm saying? All the time. Now, it wasn't even Gary Russell. I don't even know why the fuck we getting on Gary. It wasn't even Gary. It was this brother that looked like Rowdy Rebel, the dude next to him or whatever. He was the one popping the shit off. It wasn't Gary. So all the blame going to Gary is unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, Tank said he was looking for his mom, and that's respectable. Because I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, this fight ain't worth more than my mom's getting trampled because some motherfuckers can't act right. You feel me? So At the same time, if Tank would have got caught with something vicious because he looked off, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But at the end of the day, man, Tank did what he was supposed to do, I think, as a man, because at the end of the day, you're gonna look out for your family. If that was the reason. Now I'm gonna believe him at his word. You know what I'm saying? If he said he was looking for his mom was in that area, or close to the ring, and he didn't know what side of the ring he was on at, I don't know what the fuck. But I mean, that's respectable. I'm gonna look out for my family too, because you know, it is what it is. And to say that fight was close, it wasn't. It wasn't. Tank won almost every round, but maybe one, maybe two if you want to stretch it. So I don't know. There's a lot of false narratives going on here, man. Like, let's just keep it real, y'all. You know what the fuck is, you know what it is.
I agree, man. It's a lot of unnecessary Tank hate, man. And I'm gonna tell you, man, what I see. A lot of people don't feel like Tank is worthy of the shine that he getting. Like, man, that dude didn't work all his life for what he getting, man. Like, I don't necessarily care about the mistakes he make outside the ring, because that's regular shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the nigga ain't raping no kids. He ain't, you know, beating up on elderly people. You know, the shit that he going through with his baby mama and all that shit. You know, we already see what the culmination of that was, and you know, he probably did have
lied, bro.
Come on,
she lied on the dude.
That's
she
some
lied
regular.
on
That man, I'm 50% of niggas hit their women, homie.
Hey, can I? Hell no, I don't know about that. But can I say this though? The attention given to the bitch lying was like 1% of the shit given to the rumor that he hit her. Like every single media outlet that fucking started all this shit. Oh, we know how Tank is. We know Tank hits bitches. We know how Tank is. But as soon as she came out and said she lied, then none of these media outlets covered it the same way and down that bitch for lying. Everyone's like, oh, okay, yeah, well, she lied. Never mind. Okay, nothing to see here. Nah, you should be getting at that bitch. Why the fuck you lying? Stop trying to fuck up a man's career.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of this shit is just predicated upon just having hate for Tank. Like, Tank is a bona fide superstar in the boxing game. He is probably right now. Tank is top 3 superstar in boxing. You got Canelo, you got Deontay Wilder, and then you got Tank. There go your top 3 draws right there. Boxing superstars right there.
Nah, yeah, I gotta put AJ over there.
Well, yeah, we can put AJ in there, but I'm just saying,
AJ's got billboards running through Hollywood of Hugo Boss. Like,
I give it
on a whole different level.
No, I get it. I got it. You know. But Tank is a superstar.
I know we so busy like trying to down the dude instead of just congratulating him. He sold out a whole spot, and that ain't even, you know what I mean, in his backyard. And then we don't give him no congratulations. It's like, oh, he's supposed to do it, bro. The girl done lied at him and all kind of shit. He done went out there, knocked the dude out, stopped him, sold it out. You know what I'm saying? And we still over here trying to figure out ways to like downplay him. Like, come on, bro.
Think
like,
about this though.
Our own people, bro. That's crazy.
Think about this though. When you hear Tank talk, how can you not like the dude? He's so humble, man. Like, you don't hear Tank talking shit. You don't hear him being loud. You don't hear him being boisterous. Tank is a humble dude, man. And cats want to hate on him for, oh, he ain't that intelligent. I'm going to tell you like this, man. I keep telling people, stop underestimating dudes' intellect by the way they talk or they lack of being able to express themselves in a way in which the English language says is correct. The dude is smarter than a lot of people might give him credit for. He's a professional athlete, and what he does is the game that the sport he's involved in takes a great deal of intellect. Like, people used to say Mayweather's not that smart. Man, the dude is very smart to be able to do the things that he do in the ring. Like, so I don't see how people.
Tank was smart enough to know that Mayweather was fucking him over. Tank was smart enough to know to get away from that shit and try his own shit.
And I'm gonna talk about that too, because that's crazy you mentioned that, because
hey, let me bring in Gotham before y'all go, because y'all go ahead, Gotham.
Nah, they can go ahead. I'm
cool. Perfect. Go ahead, y'all.
I'm gonna say this, because I made a comment on somebody page, one of them boxing pages, about Tank leaving Mayweather, and I said, I don't see why people made Mayweather out to be the bad guy so much in that arrangement, because really, to be honest, Mayweather actually helped this dude become a superstar. Like, think about this. It's like nothing is never good enough in this world that people do. Like, Like Tank is making money. Tank is well paid. One of the better paid fighters in the game. And you gotta credit Mayweather for that. Now, people can say, oh, he didn't fight X, Y, and Z. So they doing it, but he making money though. Now let's look at the flip side of that. Let's say if Mayweather fed him to everybody that everybody want to see him fight, and he end up taking some losses or he end up getting moved too quick, and he don't make the money. People gonna say, oh man, he fed him to the wolves too early, and he put a cap on his career, and he didn't make the money that he should have made. It's always something. Like what Tank have done better with any other promotional company rather than Mayweather? Tell me who he would have done better with. Who would have guided Tank's career better than Mayweather?
Early in his career?
No, yeah, Mayweather did the right thing.
He did all right. If he was
but
groomed under,
he
gave a little, took a little though. But
he Bob Arum'd his ass. He built him into a star.
He built him like Bob Arum built him.
Kept him there.
But Mayweather made him a prize fighter, bro, like a superstar, like a big fighter, like a payday fighter. Devin Haney and them guys ain't prize fighters. Shakur Stevenson's not a prize fighter, bro.
Thank you.
He didn't make them draws like where they can go sell out 22,000. He just sold it.
That's
out
Mayweather, homie.
He made them a super. He made him a superstar.
He was able
At the
to
end of
come
the day, it's
underneath
about the
his
money, bro.
tutelage.
Fuck all. He said it. He don't care. That Devin Haney fight, that'll never happen, because at the end of the day, when they get down to the table, the numbers ain't gonna add up correctly because Devin Haney can't sell. So the fight would never happen.
But on the flip side of that is Floyd didn't become a superstar to a prize fighter till he went through the actual fighter routine.
But
that's
now that he done that, though,
he learned off his experiences and made Tank. He fast tracked Tank, and Tank.
But he does it wrong. But there's no legacy for Tank. If Tank retires, there's no
man. Tank made Tank a prize fighter. Fuck all that shit, man. Tank made Tank a prize fighter.
Yeah, he did. But Mayweather was a credit. You gotta credit.
Nah, man. Mayweather made the.
Bro, if Tank didn't knock everyone out the way he did, he'd be Devin Haney, bro. Fuck out of here.
Nah. You gotta credit Mayweather. It's like this.
Hey, when is Devin Haney ever gone viral?
Yeah, let combo go. Let combo go. Go ahead, combo. You don't mind?
Being behind Mayweather and being able to fight on his undercards gives you a different type of notoriety and exposure. Yeah, that Devin or Shakur don't have. They don't have a Mayweather promotion card while he's fighting Pacquiao or somebody else to get you that type of exposure. So yeah, he did do a little, give a little, take a little. But like whoever that was said, if he walked away from the game right now, unlike Mayweather, he doesn't have those names to fall back on and be like, I'm a best that ever done it.
He said that
Mayweather has the legacy
attached about being the
greatest,
the prize. He said he's gonna stop fighting in a couple years. He said he don't care about that. For being the best.
But he also said that now he's trying to make these fights that he hasn't been able to get to make. So he's trying to see the.
But the fights would never happen, bro.
And that's why.
Would never happen. Bro.
Hear me out. I'm just saying this is what he said. Go ahead.
Mayweather put him in position, but he's still the one that brought it home. There's a lot of people get put in the right position. Look at motherfucking Speedy. Look at Speedy Rashidi. He got put in a good position. He didn't fucking perform.
We talking about making money, man.
But
we talking about making money.
You have to perform.
Tank been making money for a long time, man. Tank been making money. If niggas don't think that Mayweather deserves credit for that, niggas don't really know nothing about this game. Like, yeah, Mayweather had to go the hard route, right? But now that he got that knowledge, he knows how to be able to get a person to the spot where he was at without making all those mistakes or having to go through the bullshit. Nigga, we fast tracking on a straight line. We get into the straight line because I understand this business. Mayweather is one of the best business minds in the boxing game, but he don't get credit for that because everybody hung up on hating on him because that's what the media told you. Man, the dude is a boxing fucking guru on every aspect of the game. In the ring, coaching, business. It is what it is. You don't have to like him, but the results speak for themselves. Like I can go out on a limb from what I see, from my eye, and from what my brain tell me. The nigga gonna be, if he continue to promote, he gonna be the best promoter in 10, 15 years. I guarantee.
I'm gonna ask you a two-part question to the whole panel. I'm gonna present this question to you guys.
Wait. Before you
hold on, let me present this question real quick to all you guys. You guys can all answer. Two-part question. One part: why has Mayweather not done it for any of his other fighters? Two parts: if Tank Davis had the same record but only 5 knockouts, do you think he'd be in the same position, even being with Mayweather the exact same way?
Someone's been waiting a minute, so let me bring in.
I'm gonna answer that.
Okay, first answer to that. The first question.
Go ahead, Rashid. Wait, you're gonna bring in Rashid, and then he's been waiting a minute.
Go ahead with the question.
So you said the first one is.
We'll go. Okay, Xavier, you still here?
Yeah. First one is why hasn't he done it for any other fighters? And second of all, if Tank was not a knockout artist, or if maybe he had 2 L's and all decisions, would he be the same person? Would he be the same moneymaker?
The first one right away is the PBC, like Fred likes to say, they don't have the infrastructure to bring along fighters the way Top Rank does. That's why none of the young prospects are signing with them.
Max, I get what you're saying. No, the Tank did it. He did knock people out.
And if Tank didn't have the knockouts, he'd be Demetrius Andre.
Well, we can't. But he's not though. So we're not going.
But that's what Max is saying. Like he.
But so what are we talking about? He's a successful fighter, bro. He sells
Mayweather
out.
got into the dance.
What's the Puerto Rican dude that had all them knockouts from New York? What's his name?
Berlanga.
No star. Listen, how many promotion companies got boxing stars? I just told you it's only 4 or 5 boxing stars in the game.
He was a budding prospect until he got exposed, though. He
got exposed when he had his first main event on Puerto Rican Parade. He got exposed.
Okay, I'm gonna make mention of just a numbers game. How many fighters in the game? How many promotion companies? The major promotion companies. How many fighters they got? They got hundreds of fighters. Now, how many of those guys are boxing stars? You have a 1%, less than a 1% chance of having a boxing superstar in this game as a promotional company. Mayweather had one of the boxing superstars out of a way smaller promotion company.
Can we all?
So actually, percentage-wise, he's better.
No, he was, when Floyd says the PBC's Al Heyman, that's him too. So he had access to all that. So we can't say that.
Look, PBC's best, the top 3 attractions in boxing are from PBC: Deontay Wilder, Errol Spence, and Tank Davis.
What are you saying by top attraction? They don't do bigger attraction numbers than Canelo or AJ.
Canelo and AJ.
Yeah, but I'm
okay. But after that, we got them 3.
We're talking about superstar worldwide. And if I go further,
Jake Paul,
Deontay Wilder and Errol Spence started with Golden
fighters. I'm talking about people from the States.
That's a micro perspective.
Hey, Wilder ain't a draw.
That's the truth, though.
But
how many boxing superstars do we got, though? How many boxing superstars we got in the game?
Those 3 people, only the ones that sell out arenas from the United States, that are from the United States. Consistently.
And we can't add Wilder and Errol Spence started on Golden Boy with Richard
what that
Schaefer.
Mean?
Oh my gosh!
So that wasn't the only PBC superstar groomed from them is Tank.
Nah.
Yes,
nah.
Come on, bro.
You can't. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You can't.
Even the Charlos came from Golden Boy.
Even the Charlos came from Golden Boy.
And they didn't do nothing with Golden Boy.
Golden Boy, that was Roberto Diaz and Schaefer and all that matchmaking. PBC's only built star was Gervonta.
Like, why you
you can't make that claim, bro. You can't make that claim because if that's the case,
I can't understand. No, y'all both talking.
Yeah, y'all both talking.
That's the same thing. You got to tie some of Floyd's. You got to
respond after man.
You got to tie some of Floyd's success to Top Rank.
Nah, fuck no. Listen,
why not?
Watch this. Hold on. Time out. Watch this. If I believe in you, right? If I'm your management team and I believe in you, I'm not gonna let nobody else. And if I got a plan for you, I'm not gonna let nobody else take you from me.
That's not what I said, though. You're not answering the question.
No. I'm explaining. If Top Rank, if Golden Boy had Deontay Wilder and Errol Spence, right, before PBC did, why wasn't they able to match or beat the offer? Because they plans wasn't to making them into superstars, or they didn't believe in them. PBC did, and look what happened. Same thing with Mayweather with Top Rank.
Why did PBC believe in him, L? Why did PBC believe in him?
Because evidently Mayweather knew. If we talk about Mayweather,
Golden Boy did a good enough job.
They did a good job to bring
get
it
him
to their
there.
attention.
Tell him, Max.
I don't know.
That's like saying Floyd would have been a star without Top Rank.
He was without Top Rank.
He would have. He wouldn't have.
No.
Was he a star with Top Rank, bro? Was he a star when he was with Top Rank?
The pursuit of Oscar made him.
If there was no Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd wouldn't be as big as he was.
Y'all crazy as hell.
But he wasn't when that fight was made. He wasn't with them.
No, what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is they all went through the matchmaking tough process of Top Rank. The same way.
Deontay Wilder wouldn't be shit without Tyson Fury, then, right?
Y'all crazy if y'all think Mayweather wouldn't have been Mayweather without
Kinda. Yeah.
Y'all don't know about the game then.
I do know about the guy been in the game for as long. You mean
he never sold out in the year without Tyson Fury? That was his first
you know why he wouldn't have been out with the same without Top Rank? Because Bob Arum wouldn't have had the money to pay Jay Prince. Who would have paid him?
Come on, bro.
Come on, dog. Keep it real, though. Keep it real.
No,
what was their biggest paydays with, bro? Who was their biggest paydays with? PBC, bro. That's a fact.
You can't take away the foundation of a fighter. Who matchmake them? Who turned them from prospect to contender to champion?
Who made Devin Haney then? So who Eddie Hearn made Devin Haney?
No, his dad. I give that credit to Bill Haney.
So he did it in Mexico then.
But Devin Haney's an outlier though.
Okay.
He is.
Shakur Stevenson.
Devin Haney did the same thing as Floyd did. He switched promotion companies.
Nobody has taken the path that Devin Haney has taken. Nobody has taken the path.
Devin Haney's taking the. Devin Haney's taking like a Bay Area independent rapper.
Prince made Floyd Mayweather then.
What?
So Jay Prince who made Floyd Mayweather then?
The foundation.
There's a collection. There's a collection of people. You can say Prince had a part. You can say Bob had a part. Obviously, his dad and his uncle.
I'm about to say that's what I was about to say. You can't take out who his family is. He's from a boxing family. Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's not like it was that hard. It's not like he was Shakur. It's not like it's Devin. Even with Devin had a father who was already in promotion and understood the game, understood the business. Same thing
without Bob Arum, he doesn't become the star because it doesn't fuel him like that. So we don't know. You understand?
Oh, Mayweather?
No, I mean he don't become the mega star that he became because he needs the fuel.
Mayweather was gonna be Mayweather regardless.
So
that's not what he's saying. He's saying the superstar.
Pretty Boy was high risk, low reward. Nobody wanted it.
They're not listening to what you're saying, Fred.
I think he can say his own. I think he can speak for himself.
Let me make a point, and then y'all can just go off. Elle can respond to me. I'm not saying he would not have been a star. Tank was a homeless kid. That may have fueled him. The pursuit of happiness and wealth. I don't know that, but I'm saying the fact that he was so angry with Golden Boy, which gave Al an angle to get Floyd while at HBO and work them numbers and make they magic. So one may say Floyd and Al had a bigger percentage of Floyd's success, and by the numbers, it's not even comparable. Even Bob Arum said on my show, his biggest mistake was Floyd. But he wouldn't have became that without him. But he needed Bob to be Floyd. Same thing when Michael Jordan probably would have still made the NBA, but his high school coach being cut, or the other coach,
Doug Collins. Imagine if Phil Jackson don't come, Fred, and it's Doug Collins his whole career.
Yeah, and he doesn't become that. He doesn't that triangle.
That's every person in life, though. It's just luck.
Exactly, and I believe this. I believe this. It's just like you, Fred. I'm gonna give you an example. This is what I learned in life. You say this all the time. No excuses. Hey, when you determine to do something, it doesn't matter the alternatives that present themselves in your life. You are the deciding factor in your destination, in your final destination. So it wouldn't have been Bob. It would have been something else. The story would have been different. But Mayweather would have still been Mayweather. Why? Because he was determined to be the greatest. So I'm not giving nobody no credit that just came along as a deterrent or as a hater. No, I'm giving Mayweather the credit for staying on course. Mayweather is responsible for him being a success more than anybody. Because of his determination and because of his zeal, other people was able to see that and invest in him. But he had to create that first, though. He had to emit that energy in order for that energy to be reciprocated. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's not the argument. The argument was
no, that is the argument.
No, it's not.
I'm making a fact. That's the argument. That's the fact.
No, it is a fact, but that's not the conversation that we're having.
No,
that's not
I'm giving the fact. I'm not giving the bullshit. I'm giving the fact.
It's the butterfly effect shit. You take one thing out, it can change the whole course of your shit.
Point. It's a butterfly effect. It's a butterfly.
Now, once again, I hate arguing outliers. Floyd is a fucking GOAT. You cannot compare everyone to fucking Floyd. If Floyd don't do this, don't do that, he might still be a generational talent. He could end up being Roy Jones. You know what I'm saying? He don't got all the money. He gets knocked out later in his late 30s. Like, there's a lot of things that could happen. Floyd is an outlier, but if you look at the average of average good fighters, average champions, they don't make it that far. They have a couple fights in the sun, they hot for a minute, and then they just history.
So based on circumstances, who's a bigger star than Tank based on circumstances and background then? Based off all the stuff that we just talked about.
I mean, AJ and Canelo. AJ and Canelo. That's
I'm talking about.
Canelo, that's it.
Oh my God, these niggas is crazy, bro.
And Tyson Fury.
You guys don't want to give nobody no credit. Like,
Devin.
are you guys
I say
bro?
Devin, based on circumstances, what he had to work with, Devin.
Yeah, I mean,
Devin don't
Canelo
bro,
was dirt poor. Canelo had to negotiate with the
I'm
cartel.
talking about United States. I'm not talking about. I'm talking.
I'm not going to
now
limit it
it's
to
not
the
United States. Now it's United States.
I don't give a fuck about that.
I'm not going to limit to no fucking United States.
Hey, you just want to get your answer right.
Go ahead, Tavion. Say what you're gonna say. I'm sorry.
I'm talking about the United States. We were talking about Tank. We were talking about the fight. We were talking about prize fighters. We was talking about selling out events. Coming from the circumstances that Tank come from in the United States, who's a bigger star than him?
In the United States?
Yes, in boxing. Who's a bigger draw?
I'm Mexican, so I'm gonna consider Canelo in America. So it's irrelevant.
Nah, you can't put that in there like that, though, bro.
I'm asking a question from what
We
I
in
just
California.
He said in the U.S. under
California
5'7", under 20, 30 years old.
I'm talking about the United States of America. I'm not.
And I'm telling you, I'm in California. Mexicans
know
think
Canelo's a draw, bro.
it's
We're not knocking Canelo, bro. Like we know.
Tank
Canelo's
sells the
a draw.
second most tickets. Canelo being number one in America.
Okay, then. So what do we talk? Why we keep diffuse? What do we keep talking about Tank? About Tank's this and Tank's that? What are we talking about?
Oh, he's a star. We're not debating if he's a star. That's not the conversation. The conversation was the impact that Floyd had on him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the impact. That was.
But if you go off that argument, then I'm just saying this. Look, I'm just saying this. Floyd had an impact on Canelo.
For sure.
It's true.
Yeah, it's a
That's why Floyd's the GOAT.
Yeah, you said the butterfly effect. Main event pushing hard says Steve.
It's the butterfly. Like Oscar had an effect on Floyd. Oscar told Floyd, once you get rid of Bob, we're gonna make this fight.
But this what you saying, Max. You still got to go put the work in and then still perform.
Exactly.
Still come back and fight the fight.
Oh, he's
bro.
still the primary variable for sure.
Canelo still went out there and did his work after Floyd, even after he took the loss. Tank went in there, had a cosign from Floyd, and still went in there and knocked niggas out. That's what I'm saying. Like,
exactly.
That's the butterfly effect. You still got to go put the work in to be a superstar. Floyd can give you a cosign, but you still got to be a star. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's
people could put you in the right position, but you still got to perform when you get in that position. It's still all on you at the end.
That's all I'm saying. And when the fight stops, Tank still knocked the dude out. Tank still goes in there to his circumstances and knocks
It's
people out.
literally leading the horse to water. But
It's that say, luck is when opportunity meets preparation.
Right.
That's what luck is.
Yep.
Right. Born Hustler wants to come. Go ahead, Al.
I'm gonna go with another thing I seen today, and another narrative that was being pushed, and that's being pushed. And it's been debunked now, but I never got on that train. But I'm gonna just give people some proper perspective, man, because a lot of people that push these narratives don't really know shit about what they talking about, and it's just opinion based. So, and that got to do with Boots. Everybody, like you said earlier, Fred, everybody was talking about he was a world beater. People been talking about he gonna beat Crawford and Errol Spence, and I've never ridden that train. I let it pass me. I never had no interest in getting on it. I've always said he's not ready for either one of them. They'll both beat him right now. But I'm gonna get to what we seen last night people want to knock him for winning a fight in dominant fashion. What people are not giving attention to and giving credit to is that the actual people don't understand what was taking place before their eyes. What his opponent had was a very high level of skill. Like, it wasn't running. The dude was fighting defensive. He wasn't trying to win the fight. He felt the power. He knew, I can't get caught by this dude. He will drop me and hurt me and possibly stop me. But the dude had a high level and an intense level of skill. And even with that, Boots still got the job done impressively. Like, I don't see how people is knocking him for not stopping the guy. Like, you're not gonna knock everybody out. Sure, there could have been a lot of things he done better. The biggest room in the world is room for improvement. But what I seen last night was a high level fight. Like, this was competitive. This is what you need on your way. This is what you need along the journey. Somebody that's gonna test you and bring out some layers or help you improve some layers of your game that may have been missing or may have not been as polished. So he gonna go back and he gonna learn from this, and it's gonna make him better.
Hey Fred, a quick question about what he's saying too. What they was talking about this yesterday too. Was it the European style that you think that he never seen when he was, you know what I mean, sparring and stuff like that? Or I'm asking a question like, you don't think it was the style that the dude brought to him, or that made him not stop the dude in the rounds? Because the fight was under 3.5 rounds, and the guy kept saying like it might have been a European style or something. It was something that he never seen in sparring or something like that. Do you think that was the reason, or he just underperformed from your expectations?
Man, Boots ain't ready, bro. Boots is not ready. All that hype, y'all put him in the same sentence with Bud and Errol was disrespectful from the gate, and I've been one of the main people saying that. I love what he's bringing. He's still young, but he's still developing. He had lack of competition. You know what I'm saying? He didn't show much footwork. He didn't show he could cut off a ring. And the sad part is, all he does all day is brag about he's the best ambidextrous boxer. He go left and right, but you can't cut off a ring. Like Marvin Hagler cut off a ring because he go left and right. It don't matter which way you go, he got you. Well, but Boots can do it.
He won 11-1, man.
And all the media co-sign. So listen, if you tell me that this person is this person,
yep,
every media outlet,
I get what you're saying.
And I say, man, it's a different when bullets are coming back at you.
And the odds make no one is at 3.5 rounds, bro.
No one has ever
had 3 rounds.
Yeah, no one's ever had a gun against Jerome in it. So I'm like, if y'all tell me he is, and the dad say he's the boogeyman, Terrence Crawford won't fight him, Keith Thurman won't fight him, Earl Spence won't fight him, Ugas won't fight him, Jesus won't fight him. I mean, it's like okay. I want to see
like a lot better.
I wouldn't say he underperformed though.
Yeah, he did.
He was missing shit wild, bro. He almost fell over his own.
But you can tell by his disposition.
Bro, if you would have bet $200 on him going 12 rounds, bro, you would have made $10,000 off that.
Dude, that dude was a 60-1 underdog to win.
But for the fight to go to distance, was like 10,000 to 1, bro. Like,
but understand this though.
Wait. I got to bring someone in. Before we keep moving. Go ahead, Born Hustler.
Well, that's talking about Boots, but I wanted to talk about what you said in your video earlier, that you feel like Shakur is the number 1 fight at 135.
Yes.
Well, you already know, you know what I mean? I'm Jersey, Brick City, all day, every day. But why you feel like that now?
No, I've always thought he was the most talented. I don't trust his discipline. I trust Devin's discipline. So since they're not going to fight for 2 or 3 years down the line, if Shakur is still partying and doing what he do, Devin has the edge. But in terms of just God created fighter A, fighter B, fighter C, I think it's Shakur.
But Fred, Devin Haney parties just like Shakur Stevenson, bro.
Yeah, but he
just don't get caught. You just don't see the shit on the shit, bro.
Hold on. But Fred, I remember that one fight. Thing was like after the pandemic and shit. Shakur was fighting, right? You said
it was terrible. It was terrible.
Yeah, and then you was like, if he has another performance like this, then you gonna consider him overrated.
And he did.
Okay, but would you say Jerome Ennis had a performance like that yesterday?
No, I would say Jerron Ennis. I mean, everybody was on this Jerron Ennis train. Everybody. And I'm like, man, this guy must be amazing. Like, this guy must be like,
sound like the Earl Spence train.
Yeah, and so I'm like, okay, he is what he is. So I'm like, he got to show me, and he co-signed it. His dad said everybody was afraid to fight him. We offered Keith Thurman to fight, he wouldn't fight. So I'm holding him accountable to who he say he is.
But Fred, he won 12-0 though.
I feel like, man, if he was in there,
it was
with
a blowout.
Some
It was a
bangers,
shutout. So what's the problem?
Yeah, but it was against her opponent. I mean,
that was a matchmaking. That was a matchmaking issue too, though.
He was getting hit with shots that we would have got stopped by a good fighter.
Styles make fights, bro. That was a bad matchup.
Let me say this:
if you would have put that same fighter in with any of the fighters that everyone screams that Bud will wipe away.
Bud would have stopped him.
Dust off. They would stop him.
Yeah, but I mean,
the mistakes that he made.
He had a bad
and the
night,
flaws
bro.
that he showed. It's the difference between having a bad night and just showing immaturity in the ring. Getting frustrated, not being able to cut off,
think about
not being able to close it.
You know, it's like fighting
So
at
people
home, bro.
say
It's
Shakur had a
environment.
bad night. People say Tank Davis had a bad night before. People say Bud. Everybody had a bad night in boxing.
Wait, when did Tank have a bad night? When did Tank have a bad night?
Bro, Tank had plenty of bad nights. Tank had plenty of bad nights.
When did Tank ever have a bad night?
Tank had plenty of bad nights, bro. He might have won, but he had a bad night.
Give me one.
They said Tank had a bad night.
He was losing to Leo Santa Cruz before he knocked him out. What are you talking about?
Before he won?
That's a bad night. That's crazy.
Before he won. He was losing.
How did he win?
He knocked him out. Put him to sleep.
He had one of the most viral knockouts of fucking this generation on Leo Santa Cruz. He had a bad night.
Bro,
but he had
sent them halfway to heaven. Sent them halfway to heaven, bro.
What about Pitbull? The Pitbull fight.
Let me give y'all some perspective.
Give anybody problems though in there, bro. What do you mean?
He won with
the
broken hand.
Bro, like I said, ain't nobody fucking with Shakur Stevenson, boy. At 135, man.
That's facts. That's facts.
Tank, get him out of there.
Shakur Stevenson had a bad night when he fought the African dude.
Tank, get out of there.
Hey, when Shakur
get him out of there.
Fought the African dude. When the Shakur Stevenson fought the African dude,
and it was still a blowout, though, right?
He had a bad night when the shit was on ESPN and everybody was mad about the fight. Yeah, it was 12-0. That's the same thing with Jerome Ennis. You can
because can't nobody hit him. He has the best defense in boxing.
That's what I'm saying. So what do we talk like? Why do we keep critiquing like it's the same?
No, because we talking about Jerron Ennis. I said he won 12-0. Everybody had a bad night in boxing before.
Me too. I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. I agree, bro.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Within that 12-0, I feel like Boots didn't show his shit. He had lack of footwork. He had lack of inside fighting, lack of clinch, lack of a whole bunch of shit.
For him, so Boots wanted to walk him down.
But when you in the 9th and 10th round and you can't hit this dude clean, you go start having respect for him. When he didn't have respect the whole fight, that's why he sucked. Come on, man, stop making excuses. Stop making excuses for your favorite fighter, bro. He looked bad. He is not good. Now we look at he's good with fighters that come to him that he can counter off of and gauge your distance while he sets up his shots. He's not good with dudes that can move and not be there to be hit.
Let me say something, Max. Watch this. I'm gonna say this, man. Only people that's mad right now about Boots not getting the result, not accomplishing the result that everybody expected him to, is those that bought into the hype train that really didn't analyze for themselves what they were seeing when all this time. I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. I've been around the game for a long time. Hype is like the biggest seller in the game. Everybody in this, every fighter is human, homie. And it's another thing they sell people on. Oh, he's got power out of galore. It's only a couple of dudes in the game that can hit exponentially harder than, your average fighters. Don't nobody got master blaster power like that. They being put in front of guys that they wearing out and that just can't take the punishment. So understand that most of this shit you see today is hype because of the money that come along with it. Now, with that being said, Boots last night fought an excellent fight, but he already had a predisposition in his mind and a plan on which to accomplish that. I'm going to knock this guy out. I don't respect him. He cannot hurt me. It's a big crowd. This is Tank's night, but I'm about to try to steal his shine. You can see he was on that type of time, and he had that kind of vibe. This is a learning experience for Boots. Boots can do all the things that everybody say that he didn't display that night. Boots know how to cut off the ring, man. You know how elementary that is? This dude is an A-level fighter. Don't get that confused.
So hold on, right there. I gotta cut you off, bro. We giving people letters and grades that they haven't earned yet. If he's an A-level fighter, hold on. Bro, if you're an A-level fighter, don't no B-level fighter stand a chance. Because there's levels to it.
No.
I'm not saying he can't become that. I'm not saying he won't become that. But I'm saying him, Shakur, and maybe outside of Devin. None of them we're putting brands on them that they haven't earned the badges for yet. And it's really not fair to them to give them the opportunity to develop and see what's going on.
If you can't see by his 28 other performances or many other performances he's had that he's an A-level fighter, you don't know this game too good. The dude is an A-level fighter.
You can't be A-level.
It's not just that Shakur Stevenson wasn't an A-level fighter when he has the best defense in boxing. What are you talking about?
Dude is an A-level fighter, man.
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about?
No, I ain't talking about you, Al. I'm talking about this. Whatever the other dude. We talking about Shakur. He talking about they didn't. He talking about
he's not A-level, bro.
What?
He's like a B- level.
Who's B minus? Who's a B minus?
Boots is B minus.
How is he B minus? Because he didn't do what you thought he was gonna do.
He won 12-0 last night.
Hey, let me make it clear. A+, Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard. So you're gonna tell me he's somewhere kind of close to that?
No, he's an A-level fighter in the game today.
Okay, so you're grading on a curve. You're grading on a curve then.
No one can hear y'all. No one can break down.
Tavion, you're grading on a curve.
Wait, time out. Who wants to go, and then we'll go. Who wants to go first?
Let me go.
No, I'm just asking.
For an hour.
I'm asking. So we're grading on a curve.
Wait. We're gonna let Rashid talk, and we're gonna work our way through. Everybody can talk, but I don't. They're gonna say it's L's show. But
I'm muted.
Go ahead, Rashid.
Okay, what's the question about Boots?
Oh man, come on, man. We've been talking.
Hey yo, Fred.
My turn.
Fred. If Shakur has the best defense in boxing, what grade would you give him?
The best defense?
He does. I mean, the men lie, women lie. Numbers don't lie, Fred.
But
numbers don't lie, Fred.
What level opponents?
Exactly.
If he's the standard, he's the A.
Exactly. Numbers don't lie, Fred. You're a numbers guy. Fred
level
is
of
about
competition.
Numbers.
He stepped up his competition. He beat 2 world champions back.
He looked beautiful against
He looked good against Valdez too, for sure.
Valdez and him, yeah, for sure. Yeah, but go ahead, man.
But let's be real. Valdez is not Haney, is not Tank, is not even Lomachenko.
But that's the
you know what I'm saying?
Nothing he can do.
But just like Fred,
but what I'm saying is,
none of them niggas fought each other.
Hold on. So we're grading on a curve. We're grading on, because we're not saying A plus in the history. We're saying out now, fighters out now. Because there's not that many superstars out now. There's not that many long-term going to be spoken for in 100 years type of fighters right now.
We talking about his numbers, bro. He has the best defense in boxing, and Fred goes by numbers. Life is all about numbers. And then it will. And hey, yo, Fred been saying this shit for the last 2 years. Them niggas ain't fought each other.
Yeah. And on that note, we'll bring Kane in. It's what's up, Kane? Kane don't talk much. Y'all good. But go ahead.
Bro, I just want to ask did Boo Boo sell his soul? Well, I mean, he didn't sell his soul, but like he's staying with Showtime for good.
One fight at a time.
I mean, it's kind of. Where else would he go? I mean, Top Rank don't got none of the fighters he's trying to fight. That's why I kind of feel bad for him. Where like he's kind of like
I don't feel bad for him.
He's got to give up his. He's got to sell his soul to the devil, Al Heyman.
Yeah, I mean, don't feel bad for him, no. But Al was in a good position at 168 now. If Al blow this shit, God, he can go back-to-back pay-per-views and then make a mega fight. He got it. He got the juice at 168. He can create so much energy at 168. Jamel versus Andrade, yada yada yada. Create a tournament. And the winner
you already got the Benavidez and Plant fight scheduled right. They already agreed to terms, so that fight's coming up in a couple months.
Yeah. So
Fred, if I could also ask one more thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught on to it, but do you feel that Tank doesn't respect Calvin Ford in the ring at least? I mean, every time that Calvin Ford was giving him instruction, he's not even looking at him. He's talking to the other guy in the corner. He's talking to like 5 other people in the corner. Like,
I picked up on that.
It's like what you said, like when he fights like these high level fighters, like that shit's not gonna fly. Like,
man, Tank don't respect nobody, bro.
I feel the same.
Notice, the nigga don't respect nobody, bro.
Facts.
But Tank know how to go out there and get a W, though.
No,
we're gonna go. Who?
Tank only respects his power.
Yeah. Tavion, you got anything?
Nah, I was just replying back to what we were saying, but like I said before, it's like Tank did the same thing when Floyd was talking, you know what I'm saying, to him on the side, and then we was yelling and arguing. Oh, Tank wants to listen to Calvin, and Floyd need to shut up and listen to Calvin. It's like the same thing. But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, he got the win and he got the knockout. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we got. You're right, though. When he gets into here to them bigger fighters with the more strategical fighters, like if he fights a Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, the level of focus got to be there, which I think it will be. You know what I'm saying? And I think he will rise to the occasion. But we can say that about a lot of fighters, you know what I'm saying? Even with Floyd, like you could say, okay, this fight, he did this, and we can micromanage everything all we want to. But at the end of the day, they still got the job done. I think we got to focus on that and focus on the accolades and the accomplishments and you know what I mean, everything that they brought to the table compared to like trying to micromanage everything, because that's like saying, okay, if I gotta, you know what I mean, if I had a bad shoot night, I went 3 for 15, you know what I mean, for 2 days, and then I went out there and got 60, ain't nobody gonna care about the bad shoot night. They're just gonna care about me, you know what I mean, delivering the 60-point game, you know what I'm saying? So I think we got to focus on more of that and compared to the negative energy that brings that. Just like with Boots, I think it was a matchmaking issue, you know what I'm saying? He shouldn't have been fighting that dude, which he should have, you know what I mean? They did put him on a high pedestal. He's still an A-level fighter, but I think his next performance will be a great performance. Shakur Stevenson fought the African dude like 2 fights ago on ESPN. It was a big night, and he didn't live up to expectations with everybody else, but he got the job done, you know what I'm saying? And then he fought for the championship and washed dude. So I think we just got to focus on more of the positivity.
But how many times did Shakur get hit that night, though?
He didn't even get hit. That's what I'm saying. But everybody was mad about it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was mad. But that's what I'm saying. But everybody was mad about that. You know what I'm saying? But he still watched the dude. But our expectations is like, oh, he's supposed to just do this and do that. Bro, it's boxing, bro. These dudes are professionals. You're not gonna have good nights all the time. Ennis, that was his first big fight as a co-main in that environment in his backyard.
Hey, yo,
it could have been a whole lot of variables to that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
Shakur showed you who he is as a fighter. He has shown us multiple times who he is. Hit and not get hit. The sweet science.
That's what I'm saying. He's a great fighter, and we got to focus more on that compared to like, oh, he didn't do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? Like Tank still sold out 22,000 after the girl lied on him about a domestic violence. He socked the dude up. The dude said he couldn't see. He was in the corner. He didn't know where he was at. He gave the dude a concussion. Like, come on, bro. Let's talk about that compared to what
Tank
he did.
Davis
he still
is
rose
a more
up to
talented Deontay Wilder, bro. That's all for his
division. Absolutely. I still think Tank is one. Hey, I'm gonna say this out loud, bro. I still think that Tank is one of the most underrated fighters in the game. Because all people, but because I'm gonna explain. Hold on, let me explain, big dog. Let me explain. Yes, exactly. All they focus on is his power and knockouts. They don't see his footwork. They don't see his defense. They don't see the way he sets traps, the way he downloads data. He does a lot more than just knock dudes out, bro. Like if there were certain times in that fight where he cornered Garcia, and I'm like, oh, he's got him. But then he like slid to the side, and I'm like, why did you let him go? And I seen he let him go, so he only had one direction to escape to catch him with the hook on the out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of fighters just stand there, and then you have left or right to get out of there, like Boots. Right? Dude could escape left or right. Tank shut off one whole side and only gave you pretty much like basketball, the baseline. I know where you're going.
And mentally beats you if you try to go to that side, so you won't do it again.
Exactly. Well, all I'm gonna say is he better not fight like that versus Haney and Shakur.
What's Haney gonna do?
Nigga, the sweet signs, hit and not get hit.
Like, hey, they gotta be perfect for 12 rounds, bro.
He better be in shape for 12 rounds.
And nobody closes distance like Tank. He's one of the best trap setters, inside fighting, body punching, even his jab from the outside, because he has a lunge jab, which could cause
that nigga
don't
use his jab, bro. He just trying to knock niggas out the whole fight, bro. I don't know what you talking about.
He used his jab last night.
Tank, bro. Tank. Bro, you know who Tank remind me of a little bit? Benavidez.
Nah, hell no.
I swear to God. But listen, Tank got all the skill, but all that
Tank
nigga.
can actually
Listen,
box.
he remind me of Benavidez, bro. He just coming forward trying to knock you out, bro. Because he don't respect his opponents. They haven't put him in here with a Haney, a Shakur. You know what I mean? Somebody for him to respect.
So how does it come forward and knock you out when he has knocked dudes out on the back foot multiple times?
Bro, the nigga is a whole. Listen, Tank. The way Tank has been fighting lately is just like Benavidez, bro. You talking about?
What do you mean? Well, hold on. What do you mean lately? His last fight against Rolly was off the back foot. He knocked him out off the back foot one fight ago.
Bro, Tank ain't show no skill in that fight. All you try to do is walk him
you
down.
a Tank hater. It's good. Just say it. Just say I don't like it. Just say it.
Nah, fuck with Tank. I'm saying Tank got skill, but he don't use it because he got that.
But you just made false statements, bro. You just said his last couple fights.
Hey, so if Kevin Durant played the San Antonio Spurs, he's supposed to go get 75 against them, right? Because they don't play no defense. So Kevin Durant, before he steps on the basketball court that night, he's supposed to get 75 against the Spurs. So if he go out there and get 28 and 15 and 15, then he had a bad night, right? But he still got the job done, though, right? Like, what are you guys talking about?
That's a horrible comparison. But
that's terrible, Tavon. I don't know.
That was really bad.
I don't know what you smoking on, but that was terrible, bro.
Yeah, but the frequency is different from other sports. So now we got to wait for Jerome to come back in October. But L's been patiently waiting. Go ahead, L. Go ahead, dog. Unmute yourself.
L, you muted.
They talking about Tank skills, but he don't show us no skills. All you doing is knocking niggas. You know what I'm saying? He's just not showing us no skills.
Nah, I'm sorry.
He has that equalizer to put niggas out.
That just means you ain't watching. You don't know what you're looking at.
Listen, hold on. Tank don't show no skill, bro. He has it, but he don't got to show. His level opponents, he don't have to show it, bro.
Bro, listen. Let's just go by his last two fights. How he beat the last fight. How he fought his last fight. The whole last fight on his back foot. This one, cutting off the ring. He closes off the distance. He keeps a wider stance and still when he gets checked, he still is sturdy enough to not even go down. He keeps a wider stance so he can shorten up his distance when he got to close.
They go L.
Listen, man. Again, like a lot of cats, man, be talking and really don't know what they be talking about because they don't understand what they looking at. And it's okay. You just need to learn. And sometimes you gotta listen and take in game from people that know what they talking about. Because if anybody can see that Tank, if anybody can say that Tank don't got skills, they crazy. The man, I used to say this a lot about Mayweather. Mayweather was that worker that came to work for 4 hours but still got paid for 8 and overtime. He never had to work the other 4 hours. He was that much above the game, above everybody else. Same thing with Tank. Tank don't have to show you all the layers that he's equipped with. But he's setting traps. Believe me, he's downloading, like Max said, he's downloading information and he's setting traps because he know, nigga, I can blast you with either one of these hands with any kind of punch from any angle. Going any way. The dude, when I say A-level fighter, that means the dude can do more things than an average fighter can do at a high level. Boots, again, is an A-level fighter. He can do more than the average by far and do it at a high level. Boots needed what he got last night. It wasn't bad matchmaking. Boots needed that lesson. You think his daddy, even though he didn't do what he thought he was gonna do or what they felt like should have been done or what they planned, you think his daddy as a trainer ain't saying that was a valuable lesson for my son? That's gonna benefit him more than it's gonna help him. You think Boots is not analyzing what occurred and not taking in the benefit of that lesson that he learned last night?
And he said he was back in the lab Monday. He said, I'll be back in the gym Monday.
Come on, man. These dudes are professionals at what they do. And it's not by way of fluke. It's by way of trial, error, and hard work. and continuous hard work. These dudes are consummate professionals, man.
Can I ask a question? Why do people hate Tank? Is it his personality? Is it
I gotta
background?
keep it. I gotta keep it a stack with you, bro. I'm not saying you said. Listen, I know Tank got skill, bro, but I'm saying a fighter that has no respect for his opponent's power. You know what I mean? He's just getting him out of there, which is cool. But all this skill you talking about, I'm not saying it, L. I know he got the skill because I seen it early in his career, but right now he has no respect for his opponents, bro.
A lot of times you don't. When you're a fighter, you know what you can do to certain guys. It's certain guys you're gonna go in there with, and you're gonna say, I'm gonna have my way with this nigga. It's some guys that's gonna be so dangerous, they gonna make you sharper. Cause you're gonna have to be that sharp.
The issue with Tank is he's fighting so low belief himself that when he does show his skills, it's just a quick glimpse. And he just used a little bit of his skill just to get to where he gotta go. The rest of the time, he's not there. He's mentally checked out. He's on something else because he knows this guy. Once you know you can't hurt him, he's already downloaded you. The first 2 rounds, he's already figured out what he's going to do. Calvin Ford already told him this is a trap we got set. And if you listen a lot of times, he's telling him, all right, now go. Do the trap. Do it. Just wait. Wait. All right, now do it now.
So let me ask you a question. So based on you saying that, so for the Ryan Garcia class, where you got that fight at based on what you've seen and how you feel? You think Ryan's gonna bring the best out of Tank, or you think that's a
Who you talking to me, or you talking to other dudes?
Ryan gonna bring.
I'm talking to Born Hustler, I think. Yeah.
Nah. Listen, I think that'll be a decent fight, but listen. To be honest, I'm like to keep it a stack. I only want to see Tank versus Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, bro.
So you think
I feel like those are top.
Those gonna bring the best
top round dudes. No, I think Tank Davis gonna knock him out in the 9th or 10th round. Honestly, I'm just keeping it a stack, bro.
I think Shakur would be the fighter to bring the most out of him. Just because Shakur has a
I want to see Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Tank Davis all fight each other, bro. That's all I want to see, bro. I want the best to fight the best.
Devin Haney and Shakur fight that Tank. They're not gonna fight Tank. That fight ain't gonna happen, bro.
I mean, I'll say this against we've seen what happened with the Rolly.
Disappointed.
Okay, never mind. Never mind. It's cool.
You want to fight them dudes like that for real?
Nah, Tank want to fight him. You can tell.
But I mean,
in
the
press
numbers,
conference.
bro. It'd be the politics coming into it. That fight, you'll see Devin Haney.
Tank ain't scared of no man, bro.
Listen, listen. Ain't none of them scared of each other, bro. I just want to see the fight. I just want to see the fights happen.
That ain't happening, bro.
I think we all saw what happened when Tank does respect his opponent because he admitted that Rolly hit him hard, and we saw him adjust. He was on the back foot, started setting traps, wasn't leading as much. We saw that. We've seen so many different sides of Tank. I don't see how people think he's a one-dimensional fighter. We've seen him knock dudes out on the back foot. What did he say? Front foot, when he combinations,
he hit him with a straight shot.
Bro, I said Tank has skill. I said he don't got.
We seen him with a broken
against his
hand
level opponents.
Box.
He don't gotta use his skill versus these niggas. You know, he can get him out of there, bro.
Because people fall in love with the highlights. That's why. People fall in love with the highlights and they get stuck and say, oh, this is what I want to see. This is what I'm supposed to see.
Man, bro, people love to see knockouts, just like Mike Tyson. Everybody
that's a fact. Word is bomb. But that's why I said Tank is a more skilled fighter than Deontay Wilder. He getting niggas out of there, bro.
Hey, can I point something out real quick?
That's why he's the biggest draw.
Can I point something out real quick? We giving all this criticism to Tank, even though he knocked this dude or he stopped this dude, he punched him blind. But the same people that want to hate on Tank or criticize Tank give credit to Boots for his last fucking performance. Oh, he wasn't that bad. It's because of this, because of that. But then when Tank did what he was supposed to do, oh, he needed to do more. Who was Boots fighting? What was his level of opponent? You motherfuckers ain't never heard of him since before last night. He was a 60-1 underdog, the biggest underdog on the card. And Boots did nothing with him.
Who the fuck did Tank fight last night? Who was that guy?
Okay, but Hector Garcia was the closest in odds when you go to betting odds on anyone, and he did what he was supposed to do.
Man, come on, bro. Everybody
Speedy didn't do it. Boots didn't do it.
That was a goddamn tune-up fight, bro.
Boo Boo and Tank, they were all tune-up fights. They were all.
That's a goddamn.
I got a question. I got a question.
Tank could fight better. That nigga Tank could find better work in the gym than that nigga. That's a fact.
I got a question for the panel. The guy that Boots fought, who does his style mimic? Because I'm sitting back in hindsight, I'm thinking that it was just a preparation for. There you go. I think it's preparation for the next step up fight for him. to see what he can do with an opponent that fights like this.
Hey, I want to ask this too, though.
But I heard Bill Haney was ducking Shakur. I mean, I heard Team Haney and them hey, Fred, I heard Team Haney ducking Shakur. Because I heard Bill Haney got on H Money shit, talking all that. We going to fight Shakur next. And the niggas got on his ass, God.
I don't think it's done.
Hey, Fred, can you check
you ain't hear about that, Fred?
Hey, Fred, check in with the old man, because they saying Loma Chico said he ain't ready for Devin Haney for 8 more months.
Man, shit, you believe that? You crazy. Bob making that fight.
I want to ask.
Loma ain't got more power than
Bill
Bob.
Haney said that Shakur could cut the line and fight Devin Haney next.
But they probably want to make sure that it makes sense, bro. Like with the money and everything. Like you don't want to fight too early and the money ain't all the way there and shit. Like
Bob knows Loma getting old. He got to make a fight.
And then Bob probably want to make sure that fight seasons and then make sure that they fight so he can maximize his money as a promoter as well too. He don't want to make that fight too early. He know he want Devin Haney and Lomachenko to fight first and then season that Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney before Devin Haney leaves Top Rank. You already know you want to do that first to maximize his money with the fighters.
Man, Bob wants Loma to win so he gets the belts back because Haney's leaving after this. Bob ain't trying to let Haney leave with them belts.
Loma ain't being Haney.
I want to ask this, man. It's another thing that's been going around, another narrative I've been hearing. It's been going around maybe for a year or two, maybe, but it's becoming more of a thing. Where do people see that Tank don't respect Calvin Ford?
I don't think Tank respect nobody, but
he doesn't. I think he loves them. And when you put
but everybody drawing this conclusion based on what?
I'm going to answer the question. What I believe it's real simple. When what you do impacts others' lives, do you have the discipline not to impact their life in a negative way?
I'll say that I think Calvin Ford,
uncle, whatever you want to call him,
coddles him.
Mentor.
I think he coddles him. I think they all play too much into Tank's sensitive side. Like if you notice, even when they was in the corner, he's like, "No, it's okay, it's all right. Come on, talk to me, Tank. Come on, it's all right. Sit down, relax. Okay, yeah, we'll find him. Like he's coddling, focus on the fight. Focus on the fight. He's not stern, but that may be what Tank needs because we don't know the inner workings of Tank's mentality.
Yeah, they know Tank better.
You may push Tank so hard that he might just shell up.
Yeah, you don't. I don't see where people are saying, because this is all I've heard people make their conclusion off of and draw their conclusion off of is the fact that Tank don't even look at him in the corner. I've heard that a lot, and I'm like, how can you draw that conclusion? And it makes me laugh because I'm gonna be honest, man. Just go look at every fighter in the corner. You really don't make eye contact with your trainer. You keep your eye focused across the ring, and you locked in a whole nother zone. Like you can hear a person. Like it was like Big Floyd was telling Mayweather one time, "Hey man, you're not listening to me." And Floyd he got frustrated and told him like, "Man, I hear what you say. Tell me what you said." Nigga, Floyd drew that shit. Man, he regurgitated that shit so cold. And Big Floyd was just like, "Oh damn." Everybody that said that drew that conclusion.
That Tank is the way he looks around. He's looking like he's blatantly not paying attention. He's not like he's looking at the corner.
You don't
like he's in the stands. He's like the dude.
Or maybe he's so attentive he sees everything.
He says that a lot.
I'm telling you.
Hey Fred, you better tell him, man. He know where all them exits are when he sit down, dog. Come on now.
I think people be reaching sometimes, man, to kind of like support a narrative that ain't there. Like I understand this. People are drawing all these conclusions off of like bullshit observations that are inaccurate after things have been accomplished. Like there has been no rift between their camps, so how could you draw that conclusion? And they're doing their job.
And Kevin Ford hasn't been out coached yet. So we can't make a conclusion like that until we see them in the corner and they really got to listen to him. When he's really fighting an opponent that makes you have to sit down and listen to what your coach is saying, because now you have to alter your game plan.
But why do people make these, like, people draw, that's another far reach though, like,
because we're used to seeing the trainer. We're used to seeing the trainer in the corner yelling at the coach. But listen, you're used to seeing the trainer in the corner yelling at the fighter and all dramatic, do this, and the fighter, yeah, okay. But that's normally happens when you're in water. When it's good times, sunny days, you ain't getting all that. All that energy's not there. And they know they're not fighting nobody that's going to put them there. So, like I said, once he goes up and he fights somebody, go ahead.
Well, can we point out another point about Tank compared to like Haney, Shakur, and some of these other dudes? He's the only one I see at 130 that got another gear.
You mean
he's shown it numerous times. 35, yeah. He's the only person I've seen that got this other gear. Like, he cool and you kind of like, whoa, and the next thing he knows, boom, it's over. After that fight happened in the stands, next round, dude was out of there.
Yeah.
That easy. They didn't even know what fucking round it was. You heard them talking in the corner and said, what round is it? I don't know. It's not showing. They had to ask the ref what round it was. They're like, oh, it's round 7.
I think
two rounds later, it's over.
That check was there.
You know
what I'm saying?
He got the tomato out of there.
But I haven't seen Shakur or Haney take it where they step up and it's Shakur like 6 years.
Shakur did with Josh. He kind of kicked it. He kicked it up.
But that's the benefit of Tank having that explosive power. Like, when you see Tank is an A-level fighter, and based on the definition I gave you,
everybody's an A-level fighter. You giving everybody L's. I wish you was my team.
No, I'm giving those that
dropped out.
What are you talking about?
I'm giving those that deserving of A-level fighter status, A-level fighter status. Like,
I ain't talking about you, L, because he said Tank is a real A-level fighter.
All of them are A-level fighters. Devin Haney, Tank.
No, Tank and Boots, they're not there. Tank and Boots ain't there though. You said Boots is A-level earlier.
He is A-level.
So he's on Tank's level.
I'm not comparing them two dudes like.
No, I'm talking about your level. I'm comparing your level. So
they're A-level fighters.
Boots at least.
All right, L. So what is Virgil Ortiz?
Virgil Ortiz, I would say he's probably B plus. He's almost on the cusp.
But he's knocked everybody out, and he's fought better competition.
Again, let me tell you this. I'm gonna tell you, an A-level fighter is a guy that has a high level of skill, that has a great deal of skill at a high level. Virgil Ortiz can't do everything in the ring that Boots can do. That's evident when you look at it.
I bet he can cut off the ring.
Against better competition.
I guarantee you, Boots know how to cut off the ring. I guarantee you can't judge him. You can't judge the man off of one thing that you didn't see that you thought he should have shown.
And what was that dude's name that he was fighting though? The one that Boots fought. So I can look for him in the future.
Something.
Exactly. Nobody fucking knows. That's the point.
It don't matter. It's a lot of guys out. It's a superstar out there right now that don't nobody know.
Yeah. There's somebody in Chicago playground could beat Jordan. I get it, but I don't mean shit. They ain't doing
No. What I'm saying is, I can listen. That tells me you don't know too much about what you're looking at, and that's okay.
Bro, like, you gave Boots an A-level and gave
he's an A-level fighter, man.
And then gave Tank A. You gave Tank Shakur Haney. I agree, A-level. And then you got Boots. And you said Boots is on their level. It's on their level of fighting.
AL. So Boots is an A-level on potential at this point. On potential.
No. Boots is an A-level on what he has shown that he could do and display in the ring.
Hey Fred, is Boots all potential right now?
He has a lot of potential. Because when you gotta, what are the results? It's real simple. He had a guy in there that he could have cut off because he's a switch hitter, and if he has the ability to cut him off, he had 36 minutes to do it, and you're not coming back till October. So we have to value this as if it is.
Man, the dude pitched a shutout.
Dude, you even seen last night. You seen Javante sit and try to switch. Right, he went to switch and he stopped and was like, "I don't even need to do this with this guy. What am I doing?"
Yeah.
I don't even have to show this death.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
Right. And he started to shorten his. Like I said, he keeps a long stance, and he shortened his stance. So all right, I don't even need to do that. He started pulling tools off when Boots should have been adding tools on. Even if it was just a training thing to see, okay, can we go far? And I think that's what his opponent was thinking. We're going to take him to deep waters. We're going to take him, as far as we can. Let's see if that endurance lasts. Let's see if that his IQ lasts. Let's see if his power can last deeper into the round. He wasn't.
They tried to outsmart Boots.
He was defensively like, we're going to wear him down, wear him out, tire his legs because they thought that maybe he could cut the ring. But seeing as though he couldn't cut the ring, he didn't get tired. He got frustrated.
And I'm gonna tell you this. This another thing. People that's talking about he didn't cut the ring off. What they evidently didn't see the dude was doing. The dude was giving him so many angles. Even when he did cut the ring off, all you do is give a guy another angle, which he was doing.
Last night, would Errol Spence, if Errol Spence fought Boots, he would have beat him up last night for 12 rounds?
Errol Spence and Crawford would have beat him.
Beat him up? I'm talking about beat him up. Beat him up.
Yeah.
It would have been a competitive blowout, possibly.
Well, styles make fights, and Errol don't move like that. Errol's not avoiding punches. Earl's gonna come straight at him.
I'm talking about Errol and Boots, L. I'm talking about Errol and Boots.
Yeah,
Errol would have beat Boots up.
I believe Errol. Yep. I've never bought into the train that he could beat Crawford or Spence. I believe Crawford and Spence beats him today, yesterday, tomorrow.
No,
so
beat him up.
So that means
how is the A level?
Are they super A's? So are they super A's or something?
No, I'm saying no.
I'm confused.
No, L. Would Errol and Crawford had beat him up last night? Like beat him up.
It would have been a competitive blowout. Same thing with Sean Porter and Spence. I called that a competitive blowout. It was very competitive. 6 rounds, I had that fight a draw. After that, it was a competitive blowout because Errol stepped it up a level, and Sean didn't make the adjustments necessary.
I don't understand competitive blowout though. That's where you're losing me at. The words that is, I don't know.
How many times you seen a football game, a team lose by 17, but they lost it at the end of the game? The game was close, and they lost it at the end of the game by a few mistakes.
Yeah, I feel
it was you're not gonna judge that game off of the last 5-6 minutes because for the great majority of the fight, for the great majority of the game, it was very competitive, and that's where your emotions was vested at. That's what your emotional side remembers.
So I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan, and that Colts game that we had, that wasn't a competitive blowout. It was a competitive game. It's either a blowout or it's competitive. It's no competitive blowout.
Yeah, but y'all came back. That's not really what he's saying.
That's what makes it. I'm saying. So that's okay. That's what I'm saying. So that's what's not making sense to me because to me, you're either competitive, and competitive is okay. You lost that Tony Hurst and Charlo fight. Competitive.
Yeah, very competitive.
Just because he got knocked out doesn't make it a blowout. Just because another guy hits the next gear doesn't make it a blowout. It just means that hey, there was another level in this guy, another level of competition that this guy was at. And 9 times out of 10, most of these fighters, like I said before, fight to the level of their competition and then they kick it up.
I believe Errol and Crawford would have beat him unanimous. It would have been nobody saying that he lost, but nobody would have been saying that Boots didn't come to perform either. Nobody would have said he didn't belong in there. That's what I mean by a competitive blowout.
An honorable loss.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem.
Right?
If he would have lost to Bud like that, or lost to Errol like that, or even Victor Ortiz, maybe even San Leonis, that would be like, or Thurman or Garcia, that would be like, damn, he stepped up, he just ain't on there. He lost, he had a hard time. I'm gonna say he barely beat because he did win all 12 rounds, but some of those rounds were close-ish.
No,
he was a 60-1 favorite. He was a 60-1
and he
showed
that he was a 60-1
He missed so
favorite.
bad. He did a 360. He was missing so fucking bad. He almost fell out the ring. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Do you know? Do you understand though? Do you
Max?
Let me ask you this, bro.
Hey, L, the crowd was booing though. L, the crowd was booing.
The crowd booed him. They cheered him when he came in, and they booed him after
he was on the East Coast though, bro.
But that's what we got today in boxing. We got a bunch of people that roots and that are fans that really love you one minute, hate you the next because you don't live up to their expectations.
Well, that's because everybody giving
Unrealistic
everybody
expectations.
A's.
Like Boots, yeah, I was hoping that he knocked the dude out. I was gonna play a fucking a parlay, and I was gonna have him stopping the dude under the whatever the cut was. I was gonna go under, so I would have been extremely pissed, but I wouldn't have been
one step over
disappointed.
Michael Revier or Michelle Revier, how do you say his name? Boots one step over that. I'm talking about on grade wise.
Do y'all have an opinion on the coach slapping Nicholson? Did y'all see that?
Oh yeah, I seen that. He know his fighter.
Coach,
He know his fighter, man. You know, the fighter didn't have a problem with it. You don't know. That's probably their language of communication. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not personally gonna slap my fighter because I just don't think it's a way in which I would probably slap my son if he was my fighter before I slap somebody else because the relationship is different.
That's their style because I don't think that would work with Kevin Ford and
Hey Fred.
Yes.
Hey Fred. So how you think Boo Boo looked last night?
Below average. Because
he's done. He's done.
No, he's not done. His job was to go sell his job was to sell. He's a viable big time fighter at 168. That was his job. They had a perfect opponent for him. A guy who's injured, been knocked down 11 times before he got in the ring. Hometown guy. He had a chance, and he failed. He failed at the mission. He's a good fighter. He's a competitive in every fight, and he can win any fight. But his job was to go there and make some money, and he didn't do it.
His career remind me of Gary Russell, just like El said earlier. Like Boots was, Boo Boo was always that person that, you know what I mean? He didn't live up to his expectations or our expectations. You know what I mean? Like,
that's a
like
fact.
7 years ago, I thought he was the next big thing. Then the nigga couldn't get a fight. He ducked to Charlos or whatever. Fred, am I right or wrong?
He couldn't get a dance partner.
Yeah, management issues. His dad.
Yeah. He couldn't get the right dance partners, but also I think with this fight, I think a few fighters do this. They purposely show flaws that's not there, so they can get the fights that they need. Because as long as you look dangerous, nobody's gonna want to fight you. Too much risk. You got to make them believe that it's something there. You got to make them believe, I can exploit this.
Oh,
like
okay.
now,
So great point, Combo.
He will get so many call outs.
Errol Spence and Boots next.
That's a great point you made, Combo. Because look, if you believe that, then you could never criticize Tank competition. See, in this game, once you learn the business side of this game, you understand that the only variable that matters is what you bring to the table.
Well, Tank, the problem with Tank competition is that Tank has a pattern. It's a consistent
you said what, brother?
pattern. Tank's competition is a consistent pattern. The same type of fighters, the same type of outcome. He's not even trying. I think who was that? It was Errol Spence when he came back. He said, I could have been put him out, but I wanted to show that I could box the 12 rounds with him. I forgot who it was he was fighting. Was it
Mikey Garcia?
Yeah, Mikey Garcia. No, he couldn't. No, he couldn't. Who the fuck says I could have knocked him out, but I didn't?
He boxed him, bro.
That's a fucking lie,
bro. He didn't walk Mikey Garcia down.
He didn't walk him down. He did not walk him down.
Boxed him in the middle of the ring,
but I just chose not to.
Errol Spence was in the middle of the ring that fight, bro. That's a fact.
That's because he couldn't corner him.
I never bought that shit what he said about Mikey Garcia because I'm gonna tell you like this.
He beat him at his own game.
He realized this with Mikey Garcia. This little Mexican motherfucker stronger than I thought, and he hit harder than I thought. It was smarter Earl to play the game that he played because had he fought that fight like he usually fight, he would have gave Mikey a lot of opportunities to hurt him. I'm gonna be honest with you. Earl was smart to fight that fight like that. My opinion.
Hey, Kane, you got something to add to this? Kane, you there?
No. Just packing right now, brother. Honestly.
Okay.
Just
Man, the cap that goes on for our favorite fighters, man. This is crazy.
Hey Fred.
He could have
Fred,
knocked
so
him
how
out.
you
He
feel
just
about
didn't
that?
want to knock him out. Fuck
Hey
out of here with
Fred.
that bullshit.
Hey Fred, so how
Yeah,
you
I
feel
never
about
believed that.
Errol Spence? How you feel about Errol Spence on Mikey Power, like L said?
I could have fucked that
You
bitch.
believe
I
that
just
shit,
didn't want to
Fred?
fuck her.
He tried to stop him in the 9th or 10th round. Even Derek James went to the middle of the ring. I was there, and he couldn't. He didn't. You know, the man do 1,300 punches that round. He was tired.
And Mikey Garcia was a formidable opponent. Mikey Garcia wasn't just no regular little guy, man. Mikey Garcia the goods, man. Ain't no
I
punk.
think Mikey Garcia was like top 5 pound for pound at that fight or some shit, number 5, some shit.
9, somewhere in there.
He was. Mikey Garcia,
was.
man. Mikey Garcia was a dog, man. I heard a lot about that dude, man, from a lot of cats, man, that sparred him and that used to go to Oxnard, man. Mikey Garcia was a monster, man. Was a bona fide monster.
What happened at the end of his career though?
I think he lost. It's crazy because me and my cousin was talking about Mikey Garcia today, and I said this: Mikey Garcia lost the love of the game. He didn't have that. He didn't have the love no more. Once the love is gone, he did the best thing to do: just walk away, because you don't love this shit no more. You gonna get hurt.
He gonna come back. That's the only way to make $1 million. They all do.
Yeah,
they all come back.
Well, I think the only fighter that's been calling out Tank that's going to break him mentally is going to be Gary Russell. And he's been calling him out almost every day.
Gary Russell gonna get slept.
Maybe Gary Russell's next. He's left-handed.
Hey, and then what's gonna happen when Tank knocks out Gary Russell? Oh, he was a little fighter coming up. He's been out the game for a year.
I can see him
There's all
knocking him out,
kinds
but
of
I said he will
excuses, bro.
mentally listen. I said I can see him mentally breaking him because the way he fights and the way he frustrates people, and it will put the pressure on Calvin Ford and them to train, to teach, to adjust. Even though these guys fight all the time, trust me, man. They've been up. If you DC, you're going from DC, Baltimore, Philly, New York. Look, that's the whole little thing. You up and down this East Coast right here. So they all have seen each other's styles over and over and over. And
hey, fuck a style. Who has Gary Russell ever fought with that power?
No one has
zero.
No one.
Man, Tank,
but no one has that type of power. His
Tank
power
is really hitting like a 160 pounder. I'm not talking about just an average 160 pounder. You bring your bomb throwers, he's got that kind of power, dude.
And he's carrying it. Just to say people understand, he carries it. He carries that. That's why he can go up in weight classes.
Yeah, Tank. Now Tank power is not a height train. That's super.
I think
super
that's the
power.
Truth. Yeah, that is the truth. He really is.
That's generational shit, bro.
Now,
that's generational shit.
It's only a few guys that got that kind of power, though. It's like 1 out of 1,000, dude.
But no, he has it in both hands. He has it in both hands, man. So I can't think of who else will straight off the head that carries it that far. Outside of maybe an Errol, but Earl's more of a thudding, beating you down, destroying you.
Yeah.
You got 2 guys that got that kind of narcotic power in the game right now. It's Deontay Wilder and Tank Davis. That's it.
Right.
And Arthur Betterbeeve.
Yeah,
maybe.
Betterbeeve, yep.
Betterbeeve.
Nah, he got that.
I wouldn't say Wilder because I don't think Wilder has it in both hands like that.
You crazy as hell.
Not like that.
He might not have it in both hands. He don't got it in both hands.
He
but
got
powers.
He got
Shit, he don't need
it.
Yeah.
But
other hands, yeah.
He got he got that man Tank got it in 2 hands, and that's what makes it there. He got it in both hands, and he can box.
Hey, I'm expecting to meet all y'all at that Ryan Garcia and Tank fight, though, the way everybody talking right now. You know what I'm saying? I expect see everyone out there.
If it's April, man, I'm doing that, but I ain't going to Tulsa.
No, I'm not doing no Tulsa shit. I'm going to fucking Oklahoma for a fight. The hell? That's crazy.
They talking about that fight gonna be in Tulsa?
No. There's a different fight in Tulsa. You know, it's a Dog Bay and Rubisi, I think, or whatever.
Oh, I'm about to say you do not throw no damn Tank.
But it's in April, though. I'm saying because it's in April, though. That's why.
Oh yeah, fuck all that. I'm trying to go to John Jones comeback, hopefully in March. Trying to go to Benavidez and Plant, hopefully in March, and then that Tank and Ryan in April. That's probably what my
that Benavidez Plant fight is gonna be great. Max, you want to give me You want to give your closing remarks, man?
My closing remarks, man, is I think a lot of us need to start being more honest about our favorite fighters because it might be our favorite fighters, but they ain't my family. I ain't getting no money to defend these motherfuckers. So, hey, when people look like they need improvement, that's okay. I did not say Boots is trash. I just want to put that out there. I just say he didn't look impressive for the way that people were talking about him.
Yeah,
that's it. He still looks like a 24-year-old up and coming prospect, which is good. He's still good. He's above average. He's next up. He's next generation. He's not on the level of the dudes that are already established against high competition that have belts that have been in big fights. So give him a little time, be a little patient. Hopefully he learns from this and learns how to fight this style. There's not really a lot of top fighters that fight that style of just pure avoidance. So I don't think he'll have that hard of a time in his next upcoming fights. But Tank showed what it was. Now, my little brother don't watch a lot of boxing. We watch the shit. He never seen Boo Boo fight before. That was his first time seeing Boo Boo fight. He said, I fuck with Boo Boo. Even though he didn't knock him out, he saw his style. He liked him. Then Speedy came. It looked good, and it was bad. And then Boots came, and it was boring. So by the time motherfucking Tank came on, it was about 30 minutes of some bullshit between those two middle fights. And Tank showed how you close out a fucking show. He's a star. He does what he does, and he performs. And all the credit to him. I hope these guys all get in the ring with each other within the next 2 years, or else it's gonna be the same old shit. But much love to all y'all, man. And
thank you.
You already know. Safe travel, stay safe, take care of your kids, man. Much love.
Right,
much love, man.
Hey, Kane, what you got?
Fred, I just want to know, you ever plan to take your kid to a fight in the future?
Yeah. Definitely.
Well, you think you're taking him to a tank
little
fight?
bit older. No, he's definitely not going to a tank.
Not going to a tank fight. I can't go to no tank fight.
At least 15, 16, where he knows how to find a man in a uniform or something like that. You know.
I don't know if you ever seen that where the fight's just going on and the shit just stops because
I've never seen it stop. I've never seen a fight stop. But I've seen like the heads turn. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, I always see that. Even in summer.
I see the heads turn, but I've never seen a fight stop.
But it's always in the lower bowl. No, not even the lower bowl. Always in the VIP ticket area.
Yeah, it's arrogant.
That's the problem.
Arrogance. These motherfuckers are arrogant, man. You know what I mean?
And like that's supposed to be the area where like you're supposed to be the most civilized.
Exactly, dog. I was driving and I thought that. I was like, man, but I said I don't want to hard today. I don't play.
Like they give those people tickets because like they know they're supposed to be civilized. Like they know
exactly
what it is.
I'm glad you said that. Yes, I thought that today, but I said I'm tired of talking about it, so I'll talk about it tomorrow or sometime this week. But yeah, they supposed to be the quote
example. Exactly.
They're rich. They're successful. They look like it. They supposed, man. But in integrity.
No, I just find it like kind of hypocritical because like it was Meek Mill who was doing it, but that same day, Meek Mill's trying to be the good guy on social media, FaceTiming the Bills player. He don't even know the Bills player. Like I'm like, man, you're doing this for the clout, and then now you're here on Instagram trying to get in a fight with a boxer when you're not even a boxer. Like man, like you got lucky you got out of jail the first time. Like just stop with the hood stuff, bro. Like
well, they let him out so he can make some money. But
exactly,
the guy Hamlin reached out to AB today. He called him the Can Man, so that was dope, man. That's dope that Hamlin is making his rounds and he's gonna survive, and it's just a beautiful thing how he made us feel. I mean, it's sad that it came to that, but I'm glad that this humanitarian spirit came out of it. So we'll see. AB and Hamlin, you never know. We'll see.
No, and hopefully Andrade, I don't know about the fight. I mean, I saw the fight. It was honestly probably the most exciting fight besides the Tank one, because the other guy was just talking massive amount of shit to him.
Oh, was he?
I don't know if you caught that. They were just screaming at each
other. In the ring, they was talking shit.
He was just talking mad.
Oh, I was about 30 feet from the TV, so I couldn't see it.
Like I mean, I don't want to say he just said like, I mean, he basically like called him a brother. He's like, come on. He's like, you think that's all you got?
Oh, really? Like, he was
yeah, like,
oh yeah.
Like call him the N-word. He's like, come on, motherfucker. Like, what you think this is?
Okay.
I'm like, bro, this guy's crazy. I'm like, and he's just getting smoked by Andrade. Like Andrade just slapping him and laughing at him. He's like, I guess that's all he had left. Like the mental warfare, like trying to make him think you're crazy and maybe He gives up or something.
He called him Little Steve. What's up, L? I'm glad you called him Little Steve. I'm blaming both of them. You know what I mean? I'm blaming both of them. Gary's the fighter. Meek Mill's the rapper. I'm blaming both of them. You know, so it is what it was.
No, but that's all I got, Fred. You have a good night as well, brother.
Thank you, dog.
Everyone as well, have a good night as well.
Enjoy that shipping. Combo, what you got?
Man, I just say, I think it's time for Boots and Speedy to line up with each other.
They still need to fight. You're right.
Yeah, no, they need to go ahead and fight for the title. Who got the most hype? Let's just clean that up right now and then see what goes on from there. Hopefully Gary get him a good dance partner coming up, so y'all can really see. Y'all can see really it's not all talk, and that's it, man.
No, thank you for coming on, man. It was a very spirited show. Thank you,
Fred. If I can add one more thing.
Yeah, please.
The Speedy, man. I not that I felt bad, but man, his trainer was even telling him, he's like, man, don't give this shit up. He's like, don't give it up in the last round. I'm like, bro, I
thought that's what he was saying. I couldn't hear.
He's like, don't give that shit up. He's like, you got this. Don't give it up. And I'm like, bro, how you gonna blow it like this?
Ran out of gas.
I mean, I thought he lost. People were saying he didn't lose, but I'm like, bro, you can't just not stop fighting and then like you get dropped twice. Like, I mean, worst case it was a draw in my opinion. That's all I got. Thank you again, Fred.
No, thank you. Go ahead, L.
Another great show tonight, man. In conclusion to all that we mentioned on the show, I think it's best for cats. YouTube is a great place to come get, information, but it's always good to cross-reference that information and be able to make your own analytical judgment call. You should do some work to see if it's true what a person is saying, because a lot of narratives get blown way out of proportion, and you got cats running with false stories and false perspectives, and that's what happens a lot, especially in the boxing game. Like we got a lot of people saying, oh man, this is why the boxing game is fucked up, and that's why the boxing. Well, one of the problems the boxing game fucked up too, as great as YouTube has become for covering boxing, it has also been a downfall for the game, because you got anybody that's on the net just talking about shit that they don't know what they talking about, but they guiding and misguiding a whole group of people. And see, when you're not telling people the truth and you're not giving facts, then you turn people off once they be able to see shit for what it is. They like, man, this is not what it is. So I see that going on a lot too, man. But that's why I always say cats need to make their own judgment call, because it's really not that hard. If you look for everybody else to give you the answer, then yeah, you're gonna be a sheep. You're gonna be easily misled. But if you putting that information together with your own analytical work that you're doing and making a judgment call off of that, you're gonna be better equipped to understand what's going on. So yeah, man, it was a great night of fights. Last night we seen some positive things, man. I'm glad Demetrius Andre back in the game. I hope that he finds that killer instinct in him, because the boy can do everything in the ring. He got all the skills and he's defensively slick than a motherfucker. You just got to be a finisher in this game. If you want to sell tickets and be a draw in this game, you got to be able to close the show, because that's what fans want to see, And people say that, oh yeah, this guy just don't got power, man. Everybody has power. If you punching 1,000,000 times over the course of your life and you haven't got any power, that means you doing something wrong. That means you being taught wrong. Understand that. Because everybody say this. Everybody say, oh, the boxing is the sweet science. They use that cliche to try to sound smart. And then they tell you, oh, well, all it takes is 5 pounds of pressure to knock a guy out. So you telling me a 147-pound frame cannot generate 5 pounds of pressure to knock somebody out? No, you don't have the power that's necessary to hurt people, because you're not being taught right. So if you want to learn how to knock people out, learn the real mechanics of from the science. Why you think Russians have so much power? All them guys hit hard. You know why? Because them guys over there in Russia, in them countries, they are more technically sound and they are more scientific based. They understand how to make the body generate power from the hips, starting from the ground, starting from your feet up. They know how to generate the power. All them guys hit hard. It's not a coincidence. They more scientifically based. They building from a scientific base. They not doing this cute shit trying to look good and just talk a bunch of shit. And no, these niggas coming in the game to hurt you. If you want to compete in this sport of boxing, come with the mindset to hurt a motherfucker. Because that's the only way you're going to make it to the top and be able to make some money in this game. Because everybody's not Floyd. Floyd is a 1 in a million talent. But I ain't going to hold you, Fred. I appreciate the show. Thank you for letting me come on, man, and speak my piece. I enjoyed it.
Thank you, dog. Thank you. I appreciate everybody that came on, man. Thank you, man. It was a spirited show, and it's important, y'all. It's important that everybody's able to get off, man. I appreciate you guys coming on, and yeah, man. Tomorrow is on and popping, man. Appreciate you, Kane. I'm gonna sign you out. Thank you, dog. Appreciate y'all, man. Yeah, man. Everyone form their own opinion. Boots should be trying to get back, even if he doesn't get paid as much as he would like. He should be trying to get on the next big card smoking. And you know what I thought they were going to do? Announce a card. Because, you got the audience. You got Tank Davis crowd there. They didn't announce no fight. So the only fight they have on the schedule is February. So that means Benavidez and Caleb Plant should be announced in the next 10 days. Because they have nothing on the schedule. So I'm anticipating the first week of March. That's what I'm thinking because of the March Madness. If they go into April, they can't be. Man, we about to get the biggest excuse in the history of the sports, man. Right, Peoples Hernandez? We about to get the biggest excuse. 5 mics, man. Man, they better make this fight, man. They better make this fight. If they don't make this fight, I think it gives us a lot of answers, man. Everybody want to do their thing in-house, The Zone wants to do it in-house. PBC wants to do it in-house because the fighters said they want it. Ryan Garcia actually turned down a payday, so I know he's in because he gets paid 7 figures, right? I'm assuming he did good numbers at he didn't sell it out like Tank, but he did good numbers in LA at Staples Center. So I don't know what they were, but it's oh yeah, PBC broke. Yeah. That's why the only people fighting are the people that's making the money. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Now they're not swimming in the dough like they was in 2015. They're definitely not, but I still want the fights. So yeah, PBC gone, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Big game tomorrow, 4:30 championship game, man. I'm excited for that game, man. It's in LA, baby. It's in LA. You see them people walking around with their sweaters on, man. You know what I mean? Thinking Inglewood is Hollywood. Appreciate y'all, man. Have a great night, y'all.